Right! Hey! Well, that was real sharp, men. Nice and crisp. I've seen better marches and protest parades. Lucky for you, I'm sick of looking at your faces or I cancel your weekend passes. But next Saturday, you better shape up. You read me? That's me! Pyle?
Oh, did you say something to me, Sergeant?
Didn't you hear me, Pyle? I just dismissed the platoon.
Oh, I'm sure sorry, Sergeant. I wasn't paying any attention. I was listening to the band.
Huh?
The marching band. Don't you hear them? They're still out there on the parade ground. I'll tell you one thing, Sergeant. March music always has been my weakness. I remember when we were in grade school, they used to play the National Emblem March on the phonograph, and all of us kids would join hands together and go marching off the place.
Pyle, okay, if you want to spend your weekend pass standing out here listening to bands, it's okay with me.
Thank you, Sergeant, thank you. Just listen to those trumpets blaring. I tell you, that just covers me with goosebumps all over. Look there, Sergeant, goosebumps, look.
What's that?
Well, I don't know. Music.
Probably some 8-ball left his transistor radio on in the barracks. Why don't you go turn it off, Boyle? I can't concentrate. I thought you were going to turn off that radio.
Oh, it's not a radio, Sarge. It's Pyle. He's playing the ukulele.
He's what? Well, why didn't you stop him? Make him quit.
Oh, he wasn't doing any harm, Sarge. He's off duty and all alone in there. I didn't have the heart.
Well, have the heart. Have the heart. Go back there and make him stop, or we'll never get anything done around here. He didn't have the heart.
Hello? Oh, hey, Corporal, I didn't hear you come in.
Pyle, the sergeant and I are trying to catch up on some paperwork. Try and hold it down, will you?
Oh, was I disturbing you? I'm sorry, Corporal, I'll quit.
Good. Oh, by the way, Pyle, you're not bad.
Well, thank you, Corporal. It's just something I picked up back home on TV, on the educational channel.
What is that?
Beats me. Sounds like some kind of static.
Well, go check it out, will you?
Right, Sarge.
Well, what is it?
It's Pyle again.
Pyle? What did he do, open up a peanut stand?
He's got one of those sweet potatoes. You know, an ocarina.
What? Well, why didn't you take it away from him? I know. He's on his own time, he's all alone, and you didn't have the heart.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I got the heart. Just watch. Pyle!
Oh, hey, Sergeant. Golly, was I disturbing you again?
What is it, Pyle? What's with the concert this morning?
Oh, let me tell you about that, Sergeant. I sent away to Del Rio, Texas for a whole bunch of instruments, and I just got them yesterday. Cheap, too. Look here. I got myself a ukulele and a slide whistle and an ocarina and some bongos. Got the whole bunch of them for $7.95 and an autographed picture of Tex Ritter.
Is this it?
Yes, sir. Boy, didn't I get a bargain?
I'm confiscating it, Pyle. Do you understand that?
Huh?
Confiscating. And you want to know why? Because this is a Marine base, not a conservatory of music. It's confiscated. When your enlistment in the Marine Corps is over, it will be returned to you. But till then...
It's confiscated.
Right.
Well, I sure am sorry, Sergeant. Since you're going to take all the instruments, you might as well take this autographed picture of Tex Ritter, too.
That's how much heart it takes. Now maybe we can get something done around here. Oh, Mr. Nice Guy. I suppose you would let him just go on blowing on that stupid thing, playing the ukulele, hitting them bongo drums?
That's not the point.
No? What's the point?
The point is a pal can be a knucklehead. I know that. And then one time you got to get rid of some musical instruments, and another time you got to get rid of something else that's annoying you.
Yeah, so what's the point?
Well, the point is it's not the things you want to get rid of. You want to get rid of Pyle.
What are you, some kind of psychiatrist?
You don't have to be a psychiatrist. It's simple.
Huh?
Well, face it, Sarge. You can take things away from Pyle because they bug you. But you won't be satisfied until you get rid of Pyle himself, right? Isn't that right?
You know something, boy? It's not just a matter of getting rid of Pyle. It's a matter of getting him properly placed in the Marine Corps. After all, I have his welfare at heart, and I just don't think he's properly placed here.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got an idea for Pyle, and you gave it to me.
What, exile?
It's just one chance and maybe 1,000, but it's worth a try.
Well, what are you going to do?
It's a long shot, but like I said, it's worth a try.
Sergeant Carter, Corporal Boyle, was I disturbing you again?
No, Pyle, I just want to return something to you. Here, they're unconfiscated.
But I thought I was disturbing you.
No, you weren't disturbing me as much as I thought. In fact, when I got back to the office and started talking about how much you love music, I realized that maybe I acted a little hasty. Listen, Pyle, you do like music, huh?
Sergeant, music's part of my life.
I never knew that. I started thinking about you standing out there this morning listening to that band and the look on your face. If you like music that much, who am I to deprive you?
Golly, thank you, Sergeant.
Tell me this, Pyle. Do you know anything about music? Anything at all? The way you handle that ukulele and that ocarina, you must have had some musical training.
Oh, I can read notes.
You can? You really can?
Uh-huh. You see, back home in Mayberry, I sang in the church choir for over a year, and even if I do say so myself, I pick up on instruments real easy like.
No kidding. That's very interesting, Pyle. You can read music. Now, listen, Pyle. Here's my next question. But think about it very carefully before you answer. Pyle, just suppose, you could play in the band right here on the bass. Would you like that?
Me? In the band?
Uh-huh.
Golly, Sergeant, I can't imagine that in my wildest dreams.
Well, you never can tell about dreams, Pyle. Sometimes they come true. In the meantime, just play away.
But, Sergeant, won't I be disturbing you?
Oh, no. It'll be nice in the office, like having piped in music.
Bongo drums, too?
The bongo drums, anything. Just play, Pyle, play.
Gomer Pyle, who's he?
I'll tell you who he is, Gilroy. Gomer Pyle is one of the most dedicated musicians I've ever met. His whole life is wrapped up in music. Right, Boyle?
Oh, yeah, he loves music, all right. Oh, yeah? Cool it, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
What I don't get, Carter, is if he's so wild to be in the band, why didn't he put in for it in the first place?
I knew you were going to ask me that, Gilroy, and I'll tell you why. Because he's the kind of guy that likes to do first things first.
Huh?
He wanted to make good as an infantryman. And let me tell you, he's done that. Because whatever Pyle does, he does to perfection. Because that's the kind of person he is. Right, Boyle?
Oh, yeah, he's real dedicated.
If you like him so much, how come you're willing to lose him?
I'll tell you how come. Because he's a kid who's done a good job for me. He's worked hard, conscientious. Now he wants to move on, and I want to help him. Let me tell you something, Gilroy. You take this Pyle under your wing, work with him, be patient, and I guarantee you'll end up with a hard-working, dedicated bandsman.
All right. He sounds fine, but there's no sense in talking about it now, because in another week, the band goes on tour.
On tour?
Yeah, we're going to play bases all over the world. Our first stop is Iceland.
Iceland? You're going to Iceland?
That's right.
Frank, you got to take him. Give this kid a chance. If you let a talent like this go to waste, it'll be a crime.
I don't see how...
Oh, come on, Frank. Let's face it. How many times have you had a pitch like this from a sergeant for one of his men, huh? At least talk to him. Give him a chance.
All right, bring him around. See what I can do.
Oh, thanks, Gilroy. Thanks. Believe me, you'll never regret it. Huh? Come on, boy. Let's give Pyle the good news.
Oh, Carter. This protege of yours, what instrument does he play?
Instrument? What instrument do you need?
Well, I can always use...
He'll play it. He'll play it.
I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. He wants to see me? You mean there's really a chance of me being in the band?
I'd say there's a good chance.
Golly, how about that? There's just one problem, though. What'll I play? I know the band don't have an ocarina section.
Oh, well, that's true, pal. But like I told Gilroy, a musician like you can fit in anywhere. Anyway, you said you could pick up instruments real easy.
Well, yes, Sergeant, but with all his fine musicians...
Oh, don't worry about them. All you got to do is convince Gilroy how dedicated you are, that you'll do anything to get in the band. Beg, plead with him. Tell him you'll turn pages or shine up the horns. Tell him how good you are at shining brass.
I will, Sergeant, I will. Why, being in that band would be the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah, it would be wonderful. Well, don't just stand there, pal. Get over there and talk to Gilroy. He's waiting for you.
Golly, Sergeant, I'm so overwhelmed with gratitude, I don't even know how to thank you.
Relax, Sarge. If he gets in, he gets in. There's nothing you can do about it.
But when Gilroy sees how dedicated he is, he'll find a spot for him, won't he? Don't you think, huh?
Oh, sure. And especially when he sees how anxious you are to get Pyle properly placed.
Oh, why don't you stop? The fact is, I do want to get him properly placed. And in the band, in Iceland, oh, what a proper place. What is that?
I don't know. Sounds like it's coming from the barracks.
Yeah. It's probably the plumbing again in the shower. They were supposed to fix it. Go check on it, will you?
You gotta see this for yourself, Vince.
It's not the plumbing?
There's your plumbing.
Pyle, don't tell me.
Hey, Sergeant.
You're in. You made the band?
Well, no, I'm not exactly in the band yet.
What do you mean you're not in the band yet, Pyle? What are you doing with that tuba? They don't issue those to everybody.
Well, you see, Sergeant Gilroy gave me this to practice on. He wants me to be a standby for his regular tuba player.
A standby, huh?
Uh-huh. He's going to audition me Monday, and if I do real good, there's a chance of me really being in the band.
A real chance? You think you got a real chance, Pyle?
Well, Sergeant Gilroy was really encouraging. He said I had good lung power and the right-shaped lips.
Yeah, well, I always thought that. I never knew about the lungs, but I could tell your lips were the right shape.
Well, what happens next, Pyle?
Well, Sergeant Gilroy spent about 2 hours with me showing me how to hold the tuba and how to work the valves and everything. And after he finished, I could play it. I told you I picked up on the instruments real easy like.
No kidding.
Listen to this.
What's that?
Don't you recognize it? That's the Stars and Stripes Forever.
The Stars and Stripes Forever.
Uh-huh. You see, when I'm going... The rest of the band's going... Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey, that's great, Pyle. Doesn't that sound good, Boyle?
Oh, yeah, there's no mistaking that. It's a tuba.
Thank you for the nice compliments, but alongside a professional tuba player, I'm just an amateur.
Oh, look, Pyle, it doesn't make any difference what you are. Just as long as you're good enough to get into the band. That's all any of us care about.
Well, with all your fine encouraging and compliments, how can I miss? All I got to do now is practice.
Yeah, Pyle, practice. Let's not waste any time.
Sure I won't be disturbing you?
Oh, no, Pyle. Nothing you do from now on is going to disturb you. Just practice. Keep practicing. Who is it? Come in.
Sarge,
Sergeant Carter.
Yeah, what are you guys doing up at this hour?
Listen, Sarge, don't you hear it?
Hear what?
That honking. It's Pyle, Tubby the tuba. He's playing in the latrine.
So he's playing the tuba. What do you want from me?
Well, Sarge, it's Sunday morning, our only day to sleep. I tried to talk to him. He said you wanted him to practice.
That's right. He's trying out for the band, and he needs all the practice he can get.
But does he have to start in the middle of the night? The whole barracks is up.
Well, tomorrow's his big day to audition. He wants to be ready, and he's got his heart set on it.
Sarge, that honking, it sounds like a foghorn.
A foghorn? Is that any way to talk about a musician? What, are you jealous because he's got talent and you haven't? Let's show a little consideration.
Oh, but Sarge...
Oh, come on. It's time you guys were up anyway. It'll give you a chance to air out your mattresses. Well, move. Out! All right, Ace. Training schedule for today is as follows. We'll start with a run over the obstacle course, followed by machine gun and mortar practice, with the balance of the morning spent in hand-to-hand combat. Any questions? All right. The following men are excused from duty. Pyle. Turn, tut. Dismissed.
Sergeant Carter,
Yes, sir.
that noise coming from your barracks, what is that?
Well, sir, it's one of my men.
What's he doing?
Practicing, sir. That noise is a tuba. You see, sir, he's auditioning for the band this afternoon, and he's so anxious to make good, I thought if a few extra hours practice would make the difference.
That's very commendable, Sergeant, but that noise can be a little distracting, especially during duty hours. I suggest you find him another place to practice.
Another place?
A room with more privacy and plenty of insulation.
Yes, sir. I'm sure I'll be able to find something.
Nice going, Sarge. You really found him a great practice room. How are we going to work?
It had to be. Where else could I take him?
I don't know, but can't we at least open up the window or a door to get some air in here?
No, they'll hear it.
Well, we hear him and it's murder.
It's temporary, just temporary. Remember, today Camp Innocent, tomorrow Iceland.
Boy, if we can last.
He needs all the practice he can get. He's got to be ready by this afternoon.
Yeah.
It's temporary, just temporary. Sergeant Carter here. Oh, yes, sir, Lieutenant. Sir? You're over in the administration building and you can still hear him? Oh, yes, sir. We'll find another place for him. Right away, sir. Where?
Sergeant Carter? Sergeant Carter? Sergeant Carter? I've been practicing all afternoon, Sergeant. I think I'm about ready.
No, Pyle, you still got an hour yet before your audition. Keep practicing, keep practicing.
Okay, but I sure hope Sergeant Gilroy likes me.
Oh, he will, Pyle. You sound great, just great.
Well, here we are, Sergeant, right on time.
Yeah. Well, don't just sit there, boy. I'll help him with his tuba. Save his breath.
That's all right, Sergeant. If I'm going to be in the band, I got to do my own tuba carrying.
Now, before you go in, Pyle, is everything okay? Do you feel all right? You're not nervous?
No, Sergeant, I'm just fine, raring to go.
Good. I know how much this audition means to you. I mean, getting in the Marine band.
That's true, Sergeant, and if I make it...
No ifs. You're gonna make it. Remember, you're gonna. You gotta.
When I do make it, I'll owe it all to you because it was all your idea. I never will be able to thank you enough.
Well, don't worry about that, Pyle. I'll be thanked. Just knowing you're part of the band will be plenty of thanks.
Well, I guess I better get going.
Right. Hey, there's Sergeant Gilroy. Hi, Gilroy. We brought you tuba player.
Good?
How's he doing? Can we say he's officially in the band?
Looks good. Very good. Let's go, Pyle. We're due inside.
Right. See you later, Sergeant Carter.
Do you see that? Did you see that?
Yeah.
He's in, Boyle. He's in. Gilroy likes him.
It sure looks that way.
Gilroy likes him, and I love Gilroy.
Who would have believed it?
Yeah, oh. Well, come on. Let's start getting his transfer ready.
Here you are, Sarge. All finished.
Pyle's transfer. I never thought I'd live to see the day.
Just what you always wanted, huh?
Carter?
Oh, hi, Gilroy. You're just in time. Here's Pyle's shot record, his quartermaster issue, and his personnel file.
Know what's this all about?
It's his transfer. He's transferring to the band, ain't he? You want him, don't you?
Sure, I want him, Vince. Only he doesn't want us. That's what I came to tell you about.
Huh?
Yeah, at the last minute, he turned it down. Look, I don't get it. You come to me, you give me a big pitch about him, then I take him and he turns it down.
He turned it down?
Like you said, he's dedicated, all right. And the regular tuba player saw how hard Pyle was working. He thought he was going to be replaced. So then he started working, and I think he actually improved. So I shouldn't complain too much. Pyle did me some good. See you, Vince.
He turned it down. Did you hear? He turned it down.
I heard.
What happened? You try, you plan, and then everything falls apart. Why?
Sergeant Carter, guess what?
What, Pyle? What? I'd really like to know. I thought you said you wanted to join the band.
I did, Sergeant, but boy, am I lucky I found out.
Found out what, Pyle? What?
Well, you didn't know about it, Sergeant, but the band's going on world tour, leaving for Iceland. And I'd have had to go with them, and that meant that we'd be separated. And you probably wouldn't have seen me for over a year. Boy, are we lucky I found out. Ain't we lucky, Sergeant? Ain't we?
Yeah, Pyle. We're lucky. Real lucky.
Well, that's that. Anything else we ought to do?
Yeah. Let's get started on supply requisitions. If we finish up in time, maybe we can take in a movie in town.
Hey, that's a good idea. We could use some relaxation.
That's for sure.
Sarge, you don't think.
Don't think, just come on. Kyle, what do you think you're doing?
Oh, hey, Sergeant, Corporal Ball. Sergeant Gilroy gave me this to practice on. He wants me to be the standby drummer for whenever the band's on the bass, and I've been practicing. Guess what this is? You don't know? It's Semper Fidelis.
Semper Fidelis?
Uh-huh. You see, while I'm going, the rest of the band's going. Da, 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 da. Here's a couple of pictures you might like, Duke. Over at the Alhambra Theater, they're playing The Curse of the Tattooed Mummy and The Witch Doctor's Revenge. Says it's blood-curdling and bone-chilling. A shriek a minute, recommended for sophisticated, mature audiences.
I don't think so, Gomer.
Well, over at the Vista Theater, they're having a Rochelle Hudson Festival.
Gomer, give me that newspaper. Boy, if there's anything I hate, it's an unplanned Saturday night.
Well, if you don't want to go to the picture show, Duke, what then?
I don't know. Let's go over to the Jade Club and have something to drink.
Well,
What's the matter? Don't you like the Jade Club?
it's not that. It's just that waitress always looks at me funny when I order a Shirley Temple on the rocks.
Come on.
Look, Duke, they're doing it again. They're having amateur night.
Yeah,
Do you remember the night you won first prize for doing that imitation of Sergeant Carter?
sure do.
Do it again. Do Sergeant Carter. I hadn't seen you do that since that night.
Come on, Gomer.
Oh, come on, Duke, please. Just a little.
Well, okay.
All right, Pyle, you lame brain, you nitwit, you knucklehead. When I give you an order, I give you an order. Is that clear? I can't hear you.
Go on, how you do that.
Well, what do you say? We going in?
Why not? You may win first prize again.
Oh, no. I don't want to do that again.
Oh, come on, Duke, please.
Gomer, forget it. Now, if we're going in, let's go. Come on.
On the double. Move it, move it, move it.
love tap dancing, don't you, dear? I like it especially when they do an imitation of a railroad train.
Yeah, that's probably her big finish.
Why, didn't she do a swell job? Thank you very much, Candy. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our next guest on our opportunity night, we have Mr. Stanley Chudikoff. Now, Stanley is a juggler in his spare time, but his real job is being an accountant for the city. So you see, when he's not juggling oranges, he's juggling in the books. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Stanley Chudikoff. Come on up here, Stanley. Hey, go, buddy. Okay, pal. Take it easy now, Stanley. You're on your own.
You know something, dear? It's a lot like it was last time. I don't mean to put these people down, but I bet you could go up there and just walk away with first prize. Forget it, Gomer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Stanley is going to bring you the grand finale of his act. Ladies and gentlemen, Stanley Chudikoff is going to juggle a half a dozen eggs.
If you won't do Sergeant Carter, then do some of the ones you do around the barracks. You know, like Jimmy Durante or Boris Karloff. You do Boris Karloff real good. You even get to look like him.
Yeah, but Gomer, I don't feel like it tonight.
That was just like the way it was last time. Last time,
Oh, Gomer.
Well, better luck next time, Stanley. But it was a good try, wasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give Stanley a nice little hand here, folks. Come on. Huh? Good boy. Thank you, Stanley. That's all, and thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the contestants we had lined up for this evening. Unless, of course, there's some other talented amateur out there in the audience who would like to come up here on the stage and show us what he or she can do. How about it, folks? Anyone else?
yes, sir, there's someone else.
Gomer. Well, good. We've got another contestant. And a Marine. What do you do, son?
Oh, no, sir.
He sings. Yes, sir, that's what he does. He sings.
Huh?
He's got a beautiful voice. Wait till you hear.
Well, a singing Marine. Wonderful. Let's get him up here, folks. Come on, gang. Come on.
I want to hear you sing.
Come right up there. Now, be careful you don't slip. There's still some egg white over here.
Sir, there's something I'd like to explain.
What's your name, Private?
Gomer Pyle, but you see, I'm not the one that was...
I know what you're going to say. You're not prepared. But your buddy out there said you've got a fine singing voice. Now, don't worry about the band. They'll follow you. Now, what's it going to be, Gomer?
Well, no, there must be some mistake.
Now,
You
wait
see-
a minute. That's like a Marine. You're not going to back down now, are you? Maybe he needs a little encouragement, ladies and gentlemen, huh? Now, what's it going to be?
Well, there is one song that I like a whole lot.
Yes?
It's...
Of course they know it.
Oh, my papa, to me he was so wonderful. Oh, my papa, to me he was so good. No one could be.
Hey, Frank, give me what you got in the register.
And so lovable. Oh, my papa, he always understood. Gone are the days when he would take me on his knee, and with a smile he'd change my tears to laughter. Oh, my papa, so funny, so adorable, always the clown, so funny in his way. Oh, my papa, to me he was so wonderful. Deep in my heart, I miss him so today.
How about that? Wasn't that beautiful? That's wonderful. Thank you. That's real fine, Gomer. Oh, no. Don't go away. We need you. Stand right right over there. Now, if we get all our contestants up here, this will be it, folks. This is the time, the moment of truth. Now, we're going to judge this strictly by applause. This is Sam Griffith, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Sam. Miss Candy Rosenzweig.
Thank you.
Stanley Chudikoff. There's no doubt who number one is. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very, very much, folks. Thank you very, very much. And better luck next time. Thank you. Right over here, Gomer. That's fine, yes. Good deal. And congratulations. And here's your check for $25 with the best wishes of the management of the Jade Club.
Golly.
Let's hear it for Private Gomer Pyle, ladies and gentlemen.
Great, buddy, great. How about that? And you didn't want to go up there. Are you sorry now?
Golly, Duke, what a surprise.
Hey, you. The boss wants to see you.
Huh?
Nino, the boss, he wants to see you. Come on.
Why do you suppose the boss wants to see me?
I don't know. Maybe he wants his money back.
Come in. Come on in. I tell you why I wanted to talk to you, kid. You sing real good. You know that?
Well, thank you.
Yeah. You sing real good. I really enjoyed that.
It was my idea to get him up there. Did you know that?
You know, that song you sung just got to me right here, you know?
Gosh.
He wouldn't have gone up there if not for me.
Now, that particular song you were singing really shakes me up. You see, I got an old man still living over there in Naples, and, well, I ain't seen him in a long time, and, you know, it kind of got to me.
Golly, I hope it didn't make you feel bad.
Oh, no. It didn't make me feel bad. It made me feel good. It gave me a nice, warm feeling inside, you know?
I think so.
Well, then it's a good thing I got him up there, huh?
I think I'd like you to do. I'd like you to come back tomorrow night and sing it again. The same song, just like you did tonight, all right?
Well, I'd be happy to, Mr.
Nino. Hey, that's great, kid.
Hey,
great.
don't worry. I'll have him here for you.
In the meantime, you go in the club, enjoy yourself, have anything you like. Joe, take care of him, will you? What are you having?
Well, I was having...
You don't have to do that, Mr. Nino.
I was having
I know, but I want to do it. Come on. What were you having?
Well, I was having a Shirley Temple on the rocks.
Well, what are you standing for? Go get him a Shirley Temple on the rocks.
Well, just a minute. That's not what I was having. I was having...
Right after morning chow, you guys have got 10 minutes to get your packs and gear and prepare for a 10-mile hike. Take head! Dismiss! Oh, Pyle.
Yes, Sergeant?
What did you do last night, Pyle?
Oh, well, did you hear about that, Sergeant?
Hear about what, Pyle?
Well, I was over at the Jade Club, and they had this amateur contest, and guess what? I won first prize for singing the song.
And I was the one that suggested the whole thing, Sarge.
That's right. It was all Duke's idea. And Mr. Nino, the owner of the Jade Club, he invited me back tonight to sing again, the same song.
Yeah, I got him right up there.
Yeah? Well, I'll tell you one thing you don't win a prize in. That's rifle cleaning. You had a dirty rifle this morning, Pyle.
I'm sorry about that, Sergeant.
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a dirty rifle before breakfast. And you had a dirty rifle, Pyle. Dirty, dirty, dirty. So instead of running around singing at nightclubs, you should have stood home and cleaned your rifle last night, dirty person.
Sorry, Sergeant. I cleaned it up real good.
Oh, you'll clean it up all right. You'll clean it up so it looks real pretty and shines and smells nice. And then after you clean it up real good, then you'll walk a little guard duty tonight.
Tonight?
Tonight, dirty person, tonight.
Well, there goes your return appearance at the Jade Club.
Golly, Duke, you just got to do me a favor. Would you go by the Jade Club and tell Mr. Nino that I won't be able to come tonight? I hate to disappoint him. Tell him I'm walking guard.
Okay. Well, why don't I tell him the real reason?
Huh?
That you're a dirty person.
He's doing what?
Well, he's walking guard duty, like I said.
He can't do that to me. I was expecting him to come down to the club tonight so I could hear that song again. I'd like to get my hands on that crummy sergeant up. Where's my friend walking his guard duty?
Huh? Why?
Because I want to go see him, that's why.
Oh, well, civilians aren't allowed there, so I don't think you
Hey,
guys... should-
Smiley.
Huh?
Nino asked you a question. Answer him.
Well, it's that the rear gate at the base.
Okay. So show us the way how you get there.
Oh, well, I don't think you guys ought to go there. They don't allow civilians to have...
Let's go, Smiley.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hello, dirty person. Did you get your dirty rifle clean, dirty person?
I sure did, Sergeant. It's really clean. Remember how you said it should even smell clean? Well, it does. Do you want to smell my rifle?
No. And let this be a lesson to you, pal. If you don't want to walk guard duty the rest of your life, you keep that rifle of yours clean.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yeah.
There he is.
Good, call him over.
Well, he's walking guard duty, and when you walk guard duty, you're... I'll call him. Gomer! Gomer!
Duke, what are you... Mr. Nino,
Hello, kid.
didn't Duke explain to you why I couldn't come down to the club?
Oh, yeah, sure, he explained. Look, kid, what are you doing this for? You know, you can get a night watchman for $1.50 an hour to do this for you.
I couldn't do that, Mr. Nino. I have to do this myself. It's orders from a sergeant.
So, can't you come down to the club and sing that song for me? How long can it take you? They won't even know you're gone.
Oh, I couldn't leave my post, Mr. Nino. I just couldn't. There has to be a guard on this gate.
Now, listen to me, Gomer. I got to hear that song again, you understand? I got to hear it again. It does something to me inside. What do you say? Huh? What do you say?
Well, just turn off your lights and back the car up over there.
Huh?
Please, just do what I say.
All right, let's go.
Oh, my papa, to me he was oh, my papa, to me he was so good. No one so gentle and so lovable. Oh, my papa, always understood.
Kyle? You kidding, huh? What, did you suddenly go nuts? Singing? On guard duty?
Well, I'm sorry, Sergeant. I was just singing the song I sang at the J Club the other night. I'm sorry.
You're sorry? I'll give you something to be sorry about. You're gonna sing your way into a court-martial. Now, you keep that big bazoo of yours shut, pal, and just walk guard duty. You read me?
Yes, Sergeant.
Singing on guard duty. It's a flip job. That's what it is, a flip job.
Sergeant made him shut up. It had to happen. Well, look, I think I'll get out now, fellas, okay?
Yeah, sure. You know, that sergeant's beginning to bug me.
Me too. Hey, Nino, why don't me and Franco try and find that sergeant, huh? We'll take care of him.
Oh, what are you, crazy?
Oh, we don't want to kill him, boss. Just break something, like an arm, a foot. You know, just to scare him.
Hold it, stupid. Don't you know it ain't nice to hurt a Marine sergeant? I'm gonna try something else, though. Psychological pressure.
What's that?
You'll see. All right, let's go.
A package for me? Who from?
I don't know. It's just delivered and it's pretty big.
I wonder what it is. I wasn't expecting anything. What's that? I'm not stubborn, Boyle. I'm not stubborn.
Yeah, but all he wants to do is hear Pyle sing, so let him. You don't know who you're getting involved with here.
Look, what's the matter with you, Boyle? You think I'm gonna let some creep who runs a nightclub scare me?
No, but why look for trouble?
Who's looking for trouble? I give the orders around here, and nobody's gonna scare me, or threaten me, or intimidate me. Because you know something, Boyle? I don't scare easy.
Sarge.
I just don't.
Sarge.
I wasn't thinking.
B Company, Corporal Ball speaking. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll have to get him for you. Hold on, please.
What's that?
Well, it's for Pyle.
So what's with the personal phone calls?
That crummy sergeant, I could hear him yelling.
How about a broken thumb, huh? Not the whole hand, just the thumb.
Hello? Oh, hey there. Oh, no, I don't think so. No, I better not on account I know what the answer's going to be. Yeah, I'm sure I know what the answer's going to be. Well, okay. Sergeant Carter?
No.
That was the answer, all right. Oh, no, I couldn't do that. Well, I just couldn't. Well, all right. Oh, my papa, to me he was so wonderful. Oh, my papa.
Give me that! We're signing off now. You get back to your barracks on the double. You hear me?
Yes, Sergeant.
This is a Marine base run by Marines, not civilians. And we don't change our plans around here just because some civilian makes a request or makes threats. You got that?
Well, yes, Sergeant.
Out! 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 And you can tell your friends I don't scare easy. You hear that? They can make all the threats they want. But Vince Carter don't scare easy. I wasn't thinking.
Hey, Sarge. Don't look now, but I think that car back there is following us.
What's the matter with you, Boyle? I don't think they're following us. Walk fast.
Hey, Sarge.
So, just keep walking. Don't even look at him. Walk fast, walk fast. Uh-oh. What's the matter? How many times you gonna let him scare you, Boyle? Come on. You see? There ain't even anybody in there.
Sarge.
I know. Walk fast, walk fast. Take it back! Where's Pyle? Is he in his barracks?
I didn't see him. Why?
Why? I want him to know I can fight a war of nerves as well as anybody, that's why. You can tell him that when you see him.
Huh?
Well, as long as his buddies keep trying to scare me, the J Club's off lemon stand. You can tell him that, too.
Well, why take it out on him, Sarge? It's not his fault.
All I know is, ever since I told him he couldn't go into town and sing at that club, well, I've been getting scared, son of me. Well, it's not going to work because... Oh, I'll tell him myself.
Hey, Carter. Hey, Sergeant Carter. Over here, Carter.
Hello, Sergeant. Huh? You want to come with us, Sergeant?
Are you guys crazy? On a Marine base, if you...
Let's go, Sarge, in the car.
You guys are letting yourselves in for a lot of trouble,
Hey, Sergeant.
Pa, what are you doing here? Didn't I tell you this place was off limits to you? What are you doing here?
Well,
I ask you a question, Pyle. Never mind. Look, I want to know what's going on here because you guys are going to be in plenty of trouble. You know what you're fooling around with? Government property. Yeah, that's what I am, government property. What did you bring me down here for anyway?
Take it easy, Sergeant. It was Gomer's idea to bring you down.
Huh?
That's right, Sergeant. You see, when Mr. Nino here sent for me and showed me the big surprise, first thing I thought about was you and how you should be in on it since it was all your fault.
What are you talking about, Pyle?
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Who's that?
Oh, this is my papa.
Huh?
You see, when you wouldn't let me come down here and sing that Papa song, Mr. Nino even did better than that. He sent for his daddy all the way from Naples. How about that?
Questo qui?
Sergeant.
Signor Sergente, guardalo qua. Congratulazioni, signor Sergente. Io vedo che lei è un eroe. Lo vedo da qui. Qua. Un abbraccio. Un bacio. Che uomo. Senti, tu hai degli amici straordinari.
Bless his heart.
Uno più bello da me. Benissimo.
Mr. Nino, the owner of this nightclub, asked me to sing this particular song for a very special occasion, to welcome his daddy who just come to this country. Hey, Papa Gregorio. And since this is such a special occasion, I learned how to sing this song in a very special way.
Oh, mein Papa, sei l'uomo più adorabile. Oh, mein Papa, sei l'uomo più sincero. Oh, mein Papa, sei tanto caro e amabile. E nel tuo cor c'è la bontà degli occhi tuoi, gli sguardi m'accarezzano perché lassù per te son vivo ancora. Oh, mein Papa, fratello amico.
Che succede? Quello lì sta cantando.
Papà, sei tutta la mia vita e sei l'amore.
You've got big plans for the day, Slater?
You know it, pal.
Where are you going?
I'm heading straight for that Watusi place, the Booze A Go-Go. There's a little dancer there named Dolores who's got big eyes for me.
Oh, yes. Is she the one in the cage?
That's right.
In a cage? What kind of place is it where they keep a person in a cage?
Well, they have to keep her in a cage, Gomer, because when she dances, she gets wild. You gotta see it to believe it, really.
Well, I don't think I'd enjoy that very much. It bothers me to see an animal in a cage, much less a human being.
Yeah, but she's happy in that cage, Gomer. She's happy. Dunk, 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 dunk.
You want to try that with your pack on?
Sorry, Sergeant.
All right, you guys, listen up. I thought it wouldn't hurt to inform you clowns that the fleet's in and it's Saturday, and that means crowds and horsing and trouble, which I want you to stay out of. Is that clear?
Aye, aye, Sergeant.
Good. It's you. Slater, you smell like a man with ambitions to take over the town, so maybe you better be extra careful.
Oh, no, not me, Sarge. I got a date all right, but no cavorting with a bunch.
Oh, really? Tell us about it.
Oh, well, it's just a girl.
Just a girl? Not for you, Slater.
Matter of fact, Sarge, she is something special. In fact, she's beautiful, really beautiful.
And you know where she works? In a cage? Tell the sergeant about how she works in a cage.
Gomer.
Of course she works in a cage. She also eats and sleeps in a cage because she's a beast. You guys kill me, you know that? With your phony stories about your big dates? Why can't you just say you're going into town, have a couple of beers, go bowling, and leave it at that? Oh, no. You gotta give each other them snow jobs about them gorgeous dames.
Sergeant Carter, would you care to hear what I'm going to do today?
No.
I'm going up to Hollywood. I'm going to take one of them bus tours and see all the movie stars' homes.
That's thrilling, Pyle. Absolutely thrilling.
I've been meaning to do that for the longest kind of time.
You hear that? Now there's a date I can believe. Him I can believe.
You're welcome to come along if you'd care to.
No, Pyle. But you know what? I've got to respect a man who tells the truth.
Thank you, Sergeant Carter. It's a real nice thing to say. It really is.
Because I believe that's really what you're going to do. Just what you said.
Oh, I am, Sergeant, I am. Why, is it beginning to sound good to you now? Because if it is, then
No,
I'll be proud.
I said no. Now, the rest of you guys, I got just 2 words for you for your liberty. Watch it.
Hey, you want to go on that tour with me?
Gomer, have you forgotten? Dolores in the cage? See you later, pal. Oh, don't forget to say hello to Vera Ruber Ralston and all the gang.
I can always tell when you're pulling my leg, Duke. You get that insincere look in your eyes.
Yeah, well, don't go to any of those Hollywood parties. You can't afford the scandal.
Just look at him. Just look at your eyes. How insincere.
Now on Foothill Road in fabulous Beverly Hills. On the left, we see the beautiful home of that famous piano-playing star, Liberace.
Do you know what I heard? He has a swimming pool shaped just like a piano. And his bed is shaped like a piano also.
Really?
You see, his whole life is so involved in piano and piano playing.
And on this same street, we see the home of the very glamorous and popular young movie star, Tina Tracy.
Tina Tracy? Why, I've seen every one of her pictures. Excuse me, ma'am, I gotta speak to the driver. Driver, would you do me a favor?
Sorry, no refunds.
Oh, it's not that. I'm having a wonderful time. I was just wondering if you'd stop for a second while I got a picture of Tina Tracy's house. It'd mean a lot to me. It really would.
Yeah, well, okay, you'll be in a serviceman. But just a second, I got a schedule to keep.
Thank you.
Where'd he go, anyway? If he's gonna leave the tour, he could at least said goodbye.
Oh, shoot. Now I won't get to see Randolph Scott's house. Hey, ma'am. I didn't mean to barge in like this, but the sightseeing bus I was riding on went off and left me. I'm awful sorry. I hope you'll excuse me.
Oh, that's all right. Where are you stationed, Private?
Camp Henderson. This sure is a beautiful place. She sure is a lucky girl.
Who is?
The lady you work for, Tina Tracy. You must be her maid.
Well, no, at the moment I'm more like her gardener.
Really and truly? I don't think I ever met a professional lady gardener before.
You know, come to think of it, neither have I.
Well, sure has been nice talking to you. If you'll excuse me now, guess I better be going. I don't know why that bus didn't wait on me.
What made you get off of it in the first place?
Well, to take pictures of my favorite movie star's home.
Tina Tracy's your favorite movie star?
Yes, ma'am. I bet I've seen every one of her pictures.
Really? Everyone?
I sure have, starting with Motorcycle Madness, What's New Tomboy, and I Was a Teenage Coot.
Well, those were some time ago.
Yes, ma'am, but I've seen her latest picture, too. The Monster Who Hated Pennsylvania. I bet I've seen that 8 times.
Well, you really are a fan, aren't you?
I really am.
Well, I'm very glad to know you. I'm Tina Tracy.
You're not.
Well, I certainly am.
You're not spoofing me, are you, ma'am?
No. Here, I'll prove it to you. Remember this scene? General, the monster's wiped out Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. You've just got to stop him before he reaches Reading. That's my hometown.
Golly, you are Tina Tracy. Golly. Well, I don't know why I didn't recognize you right off, but you look so different with that hat and glasses and everything.
Well, you haven't told me your name yet.
Gomer Pyle.
Well, Gomer, now that we've been properly introduced, would you like to come up to the house and have a nice tall glass of lemonade?
Yes, ma'am. That'd be real nice.
Here you are, Gomer. Another glass of lemonade.
Thank you, ma'am. This makes 3 of them already. Golly. If the folks back home could just see me now sitting here talking to a real movie star. That reminds me. Did you know that back home in Mayberry, they used to call you the Annie Ruth Collins of Hollywood?
No, I didn't.
Well, I'll tell you how it happened. You remember a movie you was in called Private Hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Remember you was in love with this married doctor with the 3 children? Well, the exact same situation happened to Annie Ruth back in Mayberry. Only thing, he wasn't a doctor, he was a veterinarian. And she didn't give him up like you did in the movie. No, sirree. She married this veterinarian right after his wife run off with this traveling salesman. And now the doctor drinks quite a bit, and Annie Ruth has to take care of the 3 children. Poor thing.
Tell me more, Gomer.
Oh, a miserable...
I take it things didn't work out exactly the way you'd planned, Slater. It never fails. When you over-anticipate, you're bound to be disappointed.
Thanks a lot, Hummel.
Didn't you get to see that Watusi dancer?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw her.
Well, what happened?
She invited me home to meet her family.
Oh, that sounds very nice.
Her husband and 2 kids. I don't know why I even bother going into town. I could have more fun doing my laundry.
Boy, have I got something to tell you. Wait till you hear this. You know that Hollywood tour I went on? Well, I had one of the best times I've ever had in my whole life. Guess who I spent the afternoon with? Come on, guess.
I don't know, Gomer.
You'll never guess in a million years, but guess anyway.
I give up.
You'll never guess.
Gomer, I give up.
Okay, then I'll tell you. I spent the whole afternoon with Tina Tracy. What do you think about that?
How long did it take you to think that one up?
She is, without a doubt, one of the nicest, sweetest girls I ever met in my whole life. Right away, she offered me this nice tall drink. You mean you don't believe me?
Gomer, I'm not in the mood for jokes. Can you knock it off?
But this is no joke, Duke, honest. And I've saved the best part for last. She told me to come back tomorrow for a barbecue, and I could ask a few of my buddies.
Oh, sure. And she'll fill the pool with champagne for swimming.
You mean you don't believe me?
Gomer, it's just a little far-fetched. Just a little.
Well, I'm surprised at you, Duke. I really am. You're supposed to be my best friend. Have I ever told you a fib my whole life?
No, but there's always a first time.
Well, I'll tell you exactly. I got off of this tour bus to take a picture of Tina Tracy's house, and there she was. And she is, without a doubt, one of the nicest...
You really met her? You really met her?
I'm surprised at you, Duke. If I said I did, I did.
Well, I mean, it's just like a thing like that happens to a serviceman like once in 1,000 times, and who'd ever figure you to be so lucky?
Well, I was, and like I said, she told me to bring some of my buddies
I'll
over.
go!
And it's all set. The 3 of us will go up to Hollywood tomorrow.
The 3 of us? Who's the 3rd?
Well, Sergeant Carter, of course.
What do you want to ask him for?
Well, he's my buddy, too, isn't he? I'll go over there first thing in the morning and ask him, and he won't be like you. He'll believe me right off like he always does.
Swear.
But it's the truth, Sergeant.
Pyle, you mean to stand there and tell me that you spent a whole afternoon with a sex pot like Tina Tracy?
I did, Sergeant. I really did. But she ain't what you said she was. She's a nice, wholesome girl.
Okay, Pyle. To you, she's a nice, wholesome girl.
But you do believe me, don't you?
Of course. Did I ever doubt you?
Then you'll come?
Well...
Please say you'll come.
Well, you clowns may not even know how to behave. You probably need someone along to show you how to behave in a classy house. Okay. But for just one reason, to supervise.
Golly, thank you, Sergeant.
Okay, who else is coming?
Well, just so far, it's me and you and Duke. And the corporal, if he wants to.
Good. No riffraff. You had to open your big mouth, huh, Pyle? Look at all them guys.
had to ask the fellas in my barracks, Sergeant. I'm sure she won't mind.
Well, so this is how the other half lives.
Shut up.
All right, you guys, hold it down.
Now remember, don't do or say anything that's going to embarrass me. If you got any doubt about what's the proper etiquette, check with me. Don't shake hands with her, whatever you do, and watch them cigarette butts.
All right, sir.
Let's go.
Back.
You sure she's home, Pyle?
She's expecting me to be here, she said.
Yes?
Good afternoon, sir. My buddies and I are here to see Miss Tracy.
I'm sorry, Miss Tracy is not at home and is not expected.
But she's expecting us.
I'm afraid that's not likely. Miss Tracy has been in Europe. Good day, gentlemen.
Okay, Pyle, what's the gang?
Well, I don't know, Sergeant.
What is this, April Fool? It ain't even April. Very funny, Pyle, very funny. But you know what? I don't like practical jokes, and I don't like you. And when I get you back to the base, I've got a few jokes of my own.
I was really here yesterday, and she didn't buy me. Wait a minute, Sergeant. How am I going to get back to the base?
You made up a movie star, make up a car.
Hey, Miss Tracy. Boy, am I glad to see you.
I thought you were going to bring some of your friends with you.
I did.
Well, where are they?
Well, they left.
They left? Why?
Well, my buddies and I went up and knocked on the door, and this fella come out and said that you was in Europe and he didn't know when you'd be back.
Oh, Gomer, I'm so sorry. Stevens was just trying to protect me. I should have told him. Oh, I feel terrible. Do you suppose we could call them and explain?
Well, I don't think that'd do any good since they thought I made it up about meeting you and all anyway. Now I'm sure they think I'm some kind of a liar.
Oh, Gomer, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Miss Tracy.
Oh, Stevens.
Is everything all right, Miss Tracy?
Oh, Private Pyle's a friend of mine. Could you help him with the packages, please?
I told you I was expecting.
Any luck, Gomer?
I'm trying again. They should be back by now. Hello? Corporal Ball? Could I speak to Sergeant Carter?
It's Pyle. He wants to talk to you.
Are you kidding? Hang up.
What is it this time, Baron Munchausen?
Hang up.
Corporal Ball, would you tell Sergeant Carter that I'm sitting right here at Miss Tracy's house and that she feels real bad about missing you all?
What do you think? We're a couple of jerks? How many times do you think we're going to fall for that crummy gag?
Hang up.
But I tell you, she's standing right here in a bathing suit, getting ready to go for a swim, and she wants you all to come back.
Here, give me the phone. I'll talk to him.
He says he's with her now and that she's wearing a bathing suit.
Ask him what he's drinking. Hang up. Just hang up.
Wait a minute. Wait just 1 minute. Hello? Hello? He hung up. Guess they still don't believe me.
Oh, Gomer, I'm so sorry. Well, look, don't feel so bad. You tried.
I really did. But I can't blame them for not believing me.
Well, there's nothing you can do about it now. Look, would you like to take a swim? There's some extra trunks in the cabana.
Thank you kindly, Miss Tracy, but I got an idea. Would it be all right with you if I just went back to the camp and fetched my buddies?
Well, sure, Gomer, but isn't it a lot of trouble? I mean, you'll be hours.
Well, yeah, but I just wouldn't feel comfortable swimming here while back at the camp they was doubting me. So I'll just rush on back and straighten things out, and we'll see you later.
Oh, Gomer, you sure are the conscientious one.
Is Pyle back yet? Not yet, Sergeant. Well, I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him real good, and then I want to talk to you guys.
Why? What did we do?
Let me tell you something about characters like Pyle. When these truthful, never-tell-a-lie guys like him go, they go all the way, just like that. I've seen it happen before. And you know whose fault it is? You guys.
How come?
It's psychological, and you guys are to blame.
I don't get it.
I think I know where the sergeant is going.
Shut up, Hummel. Look, every weekend, Pyle listens to you guys bullying each other about the big deals you got cooking in town. He's getting an inferiority complex. So what does he do? He cooks up a big deal of his own to impress everybody. Only it's all in his head, see?
In other words, he's fantasizing.
What?
You think so, Sarge? You think it's all in his head?
I know it is. And when I see him, I'm...
Hey, Sergeant Carter, I'm glad you're here. Guess what?
What, Pyle?
It couldn't have been more than 10 seconds when Miss Tracy showed up.
Huh? Pyle, listen to me. You're fantasizing, and it's got to stop, okay?
But it's the truth. She only went shopping and she forgot to tell Mr. Stevens to expect us. She was sorry she could be about the mix-up. She sent me here to fetch you back to her house. You don't believe me neither, do you? All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Listen to this. I'm going to prove to you I've been telling the truth. I'm going to call her up and let you talk to her. She gave me her phone number, so you and the fellers come on with me to the day room, and I'm going to call her.
Gomer.
Please, Duke, you just got to believe me. You above everybody else. You just got to.
Okay.
You're going to be apologizing to me in about 3 minutes. You just wait and see.
Curious. Very curious.
Now what is it, Gomer?
I'm looking for the piece of paper with the phone number on it. Here it is.
It's open, it's open. What are you doing here, Pyle? What do you want?
Sergeant Carter, I know you're mad at me, but could I talk to you for a minute?
No.
But I've got some good news for you, Sergeant.
You being transferred?
Oh, no, this is good news. I just talked to Miss Tracy on the phone.
Take it easy, Vince. Don't let him aggravate you.
You're right, Boyle. Pyle, get out of here.
But listen, Sergeant, she's coming down here to pick us all up and take us home with her. She's coming here to the base.
Pyle!
She is. She really is.
Oh. Oh, then maybe I better get ready for her.
Oh, one more thing, Sergeant. Do I have your permission to bring Miss Tracy on the base?
Of course, Pyle, of course. Bring her anywhere you want. Bring her to the barracks. I'll be there to welcome her.
Thank you, Sergeant. I'm glad we're buddies again. You do believe me.
Oh, of course.
He says he's going to bring her here. You think maybe this time?
Are you nuts, Boyle? He's caught up in a pack of lies. He'll come up with another excuse.
You think he's flipped or something?
I don't know, but it's time for the cure. Come on.
Where are we going?
To the barracks.
What for?
Look, I don't know what this clown has cooked up, but this time, when he comes in with his latest excuse for why she couldn't make it, we'll be ready for him.
Did you have any trouble finding a place, Miss Tracy?
Oh, not a bit. In fact, it was a very nice ride. And I'm glad we're going to get this whole thing straightened out once and for all.
The fellas should be ready now. They were getting all spiffed up when I left.
Did they finally believe you?
Well, it took a lot of doing, but I guess they finally did. My, don't you look pretty? Ain't they gonna be surprised? Well, here we are.
Who is it?
It's me, Gomer. All right to come in?
Oh, sure, Pyle. Come on in. Eyes, hey! Could I speak to you men a moment? Excuse us, ladies. All right, you guys.
guys, hold it down, will you? No raucous laughing. This ain't a beer joint. You're in the big time now, so act accordingly. No running and no horsing around the pool.
We're just having fun, Sergeant.
Have all the fun you like, but use a little decorum, understand? I don't want to be embarrassed.
Okay, Sergeant.
Hold it down on the eats, huh, fellas? One handful at a time. You'd think you were starving the way you guys are going at it.
That's so funny, Gomer.
Hey, Sergeant.
Huh? A beautiful party, Miss Tracy. My compliments.
Well, thank you, Sergeant. Gomer here was just telling me how wonderful you've been to us.
Well, I do what I can for all the men, Miss Tracy. They're like a bunch of kids, you know. They need constant looking after.
We're sure lucky to have somebody like Sergeant Carter. There ain't nothing he doesn't know.
Isn't nothing, Pyle. Isn't. Not ain't.
Miss Tracy, he's watching us all the time.
Yes, I have to keep my eye on him every minute. You never can tell when one of them's going to do something foolish.
Shazam! Would you look at that shine? I can see my own reflection in it. You want to see your own reflection in it? Don't look at the laces, though. It'll make creases in your face.
All right, all you people. All of you over here. Drop whatever you're doing and listen up good. Now, I need a volunteer for a special detail. Headquarters has decided to add something new to battalion operations. They're requisitioning some dogs from the Army Canine Corps to be used on sentry duty. Now, these dogs are going to be shipped in here.
Dogs? You mean we're going to have dogs right here on the base?
I said, listen, don't talk.
Right, Sergeant. Dogs. How about that?
Pyle! Now, there are going to be 4 dogs in all, so we'll need 4 men to team up with them. Each platoon sergeant has been asked to pick a man from his own outfit, which is why I'm here. Well, anybody interested?
I am, Sergeant. I am.
Well, any volunteers?
I am, Sergeant. I'll be a volunteer.
Well, how about it? Johnson?
Sounds like a job right up my alley, Sergeant.
Okay, that's one. Is there another one?
Me, Sergeant. I'm another one. Please. Please.
All right. It's between Pyle and Johnson. The rest of you people, as you were. Have you had much experience with dogs?
Oh, yes, Sergeant. I can't remember a time in my life when I didn't have a dog. I've had 25 in all. Let's see, there was Nellie and Pepper and Gilmore and Chew Chin.
Okay, Pyle.
Chew Chin was a child.
Swell.
Then there was Champ. He was one of the first dogs I ever had. Talk about good-natured. Why, he wouldn't even scratch for fear of hurting the fleas.
That's very interesting.
Then there was Pyle. He was one of the finest retrievers that ever was. Oh, it was a thing of beauty to see him jump into an icy creek and swim across and fetch a duck. Pretty near broke my heart when he got too old to retrieve. I knew he was just about through, though, one day when he run up to the creek. He stuck his paw in the water to test the temperature. I think that's one of the saddest things in the world, when a good hunting dog is too old to retrieve anymore. Don't you think so, Sergeant?
Will you knock it off? How about you, Johnson? You had much experience with dogs?
Sure have, Sergeant. But I didn't have them just as house pets. I was a mule skinner, and I had them kind of rough dogs they have in this canine corps. Knew how to handle them, too. When they acted up, I gave it to them good.
You mean you whooped them?
Well, let's just say I had my ways. But when I gave them an order, those monsters listened.
Well, I never considered any dog I ever had a monster. Each one was a fine animal, and I give him his due respect. Why, I never would in the...
What is this, a dog debate? Now, look, Johnson, they're looking for dog partners, not lion tamers. Can you do the job or can't you?
Please, Sergeant, give me the chance. I'll make good. I promise you'll see.
Sergeant, I guarantee you I'll handle that dog the way you handle a platoon.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know, with the old iron fist. Rah, rah, rah. Even when they do it right, you don't let them know.
Huh?
So they come to look at you as just a big, mean, ugly brute.
Pyle, ordinarily I wouldn't pick you for anything. It usually ends in disaster. But I got a feeling that you're right for this job. It's just a feeling.
Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I mean, you wouldn't exactly be a big, mean, ugly brute, would you?
Why, I never would.
Sergeant, I've got a lot more experience with these kind of dogs.
Johnson, who's doing the picking, you or the brute?
Now, they'll be shipping in these dogs tomorrow morning. There'll be an instructor along to conduct the training. Just make sure you listen up good to exactly everything he says and do whatever he tells you.
Don't worry, Sergeant, I will.
See that you do. Now, I'm sticking my neck out picking you. Don't make me look bad.
I won't. And, Sergeant?
Yeah?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry I took the job away from you, Johnson, but no hard feelings.
Well, let's see what happens when the dogs come.
Hey, fellas, the dogs is here. Just look at them beauties. Ain't they something? Hey there, Poochie, you old sweet thing.
Don't get too close to them. They're a little edgy from the trip.
I don't blame him. I'd be edgy, too, if I'd come all this way locked in a cage.
Hi, Sergeant Carter.
Sergeant Myers. These are men who'll be working with the dogs?
Right.
I'm your training instructor. It'll be my job to teach you to take over the dogs.
Do we get to pick out the one we want? Can we do it now?
This ain't a pet shop window pile, and you ain't picking out a puppy for your birthday. Now pipe down and listen.
First, I want to get these hounds settled down and used to their new surroundings. Let's meet in about an hour and get started.
Right.
We'll be there with bells on. See you later, you beautiful thing.
I told you not to get too close. These animals have been trained to attack strangers. Don't you understand?
We won't be strangers long. I'm gonna be a daddy to one of you.
When you get out of here, go. These animals are already highly trained, qualified sentry dogs. Now it's just a matter of them getting used to their new partners. From now on, you and the dog you've selected will become inseparable. Only you will pet, feed, or otherwise handle your dogs. Now, these dogs have names which you will continue to use. This is Ripper. This is Mauler. This is Tiger. And this is Killer.
Mean names, awful mean.
Now, it's going to take a little time for your dog to get used to you and become your friend. To break the ice, I want each of you to move over to your dog real easy-like and stand beside him. Don't do anything else. Just stand.
There ain't no reason to be frightened. I'm just trying to get acquainted.
Now, slowly, real slowly, reach over and pet your dog. Don't do anything to startle him. That's okay. Don't let it throw you. Killer happens to be the toughest one in the bunch. It may take a little longer with him.
But that name of his ain't helping none. Every time you call him Killer, it only reminds him to stay mean.
Lyle, you might be glad someday he is mean. He might save your life against a saboteur or something. Okay, now try petting him again. Nice and easy like.
Lord, if he's this way with his master, I'd hate to think what he'd do to that saboteur.
Tail, halt!
Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Pull on the leash harder. Force him down.
Say it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Sit.
He sure minds you a whole lot better than he does me.
Don't worry. He'll get used to you. He's a crack dog. He'll start obeying you real fast. Okay? Forward. March.
Father. Father. Come on. Father. Come on, Father.
Heel.
You're trying to embarrass me in front of everybody. You're doing a good job.
First man. Next man. Next. Next. Yank on the leash to get him started.
Come on. Come on, Killer. Come on, Killer. Killer, come on.
Pyle is sure having his troubles, huh, Sergeant?
Yeah.
If it was me, I'd have had that hound buckled down within 5 minutes.
Who asked you? It's just the first day.
Right, Sergeant.
Detail. Oh! Okay, we'll hit it again tomorrow. Right now, get your dog in his cage and get him fed. Dismissed.
Come on, Killer, get in. Please get in. Come on. Get in. Get in now. Come on, Killer, get in. Please get in. Come on.
Pyle, are you sure you're going to be able to handle that dog?
Yes, Sergeant. It's just going to take a little time.
Well, there ain't going to be too much time. There's a lieutenant from the Canine Corps coming at the end of the week to check you guys out. Now, if you don't think you're going to be ready, say so right now, and I'll get Johnson to take over.
Johnson? Oh, please don't do that, Sergeant. He'd be mean to my dog.
Pyle, that might be the only way to handle this hound.
Don't worry. Me and him's going to get along just fine, ain't we?
I don't know.
I'll get to him, I promise. Just give me a little more time, Sergeant.
Well, not too much more, because if there's no improvement, I'm going to make the switch. I'm the one that's responsible, and I ain't staying out on that limb much longer.
It'll be all right, Sergeant. I just know it will. You hear that? If you don't start cooperating pretty soon, you're going to end up with Buck Johnson as your partner. You know, I ought to be mad at you for the way you behaved today. But I ain't. I forgive you. I know it was just your first day and you was kind of upset. That's it. Get it all out of your system. If there's something eating at you, there ain't nothing worse than keeping it inside. I know. You're in a strange place and you're tired and you're hungry. Well, I'll go get you dinner, then we'll have us a long talk and really get acquainted. How about that? Come on, jump. Come on, please, jump. Come on, Killer. Come on, jump.
That's what happens when a boy tries to do a man's job. I tell you, the only way to handle these monsters is to...
Yeah, I know. Be a mean, ugly brute. Look, if you want to watch this, just watch. Keep your mouth shut.
Come on, jump. Come on, please, jump. Come on, Killer.
Ready, Corporal? What we're about to do now is the most important exercise of all. It's a test of the dog's aggressiveness if he's provoked by an enemy. All right, we'll try yours first. Okay, that's enough. Fine. Okay, Pyle, you next. Okay, that's enough. Beautiful. Good dog. All right, we'll try your dog next.
Not you. You've already had your turn.
Get him out of there.
Come on, Killer.
All right, get him down. Get him down, Pyle.
My goodness. You're attacking that food like it was the enemy. When you're off duty, you've got to learn to relax a little. You've got to forget this killing all the time and learn to enjoy life. It's no good if you have nothing in your heart but hatred. You've got to learn to love a little, too. My goodness, your muscles are as tight as guitar strings. Ease up. Stretch out a little. That's better. You see, underneath it all, I know you got nice qualities. The whole trouble is that name they gave you, Killer. You figure you just got to live up to it. If you had a different name, maybe you'd act different. In fact, why don't we call you by something else when you're off duty? Let's see. Now, what could we call you instead of Killer? How about Limney Gilbert? I used to have a collie by that name, and he was as gentle as he could be. Limney Gilbert. How's that hit you? Hey, Limney Gilbert.
Lyle, do you think you're going to be able to...
I think I'm getting Limney Gilbert to go to sleep.
Limley who?
Limney Gilbert, that's what I call Killer when he's off duty.
Limley Gilbert.
Fine, good. Okay, Corporal. Let's try to make as good a showing as we can at the inspection. That's all for now. Dismiss.
Oh, Pyle. Well, you're doing much better.
Thank you, Sergeant. I told you all I needed was a little time to get squared away.
Yeah, well, keep it up, huh?
Then you're not going to let Johnson take my dog?
What for? You're doing all right.
Well, thank you a lot, Sergeant, for having faith in me. I won't let you down. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time for his brushing. Limley really looks forward to that.
Limley...
Gilbert. Come on, boy. Feels good, don't it? Tell the truth now. Don't you feel a whole lot better since you've learned to relax? You can defend your country and still have a happy life at the same time. Smile, Limley Gilbert, smile. Hey, Sergeant Carter. Say hey to the sergeant. Give him some sugar.
Quit it! What does he think he's doing? Get him off of me! Get him off of me!
He likes you. He wouldn't lick your face if he didn't like you.
I don't like dogs licking my face.
That's the only way they can show affection. They can't shake hands like human beings, so they do it with licking.
Well, how come he's so affectionate in the first place? I thought these hounds were supposed to be suspicious of strangers.
Well, you're no stranger, for heaven's sakes. He's seen you around, he likes you. He's just one of them great dogs that's blessed with a good nature.
This ain't the way he was when he first came here. He was one of the roughest dogs in the bunch.
Oh, he still is when he's on duty. But when he's off duty, he likes to relax and have fun just like the rest of us.
Well, just make sure he don't get too relaxed. I'm counting on you to make a good showing in that inspection.
Oh, don't you worry about this feller, Sergeant. Just between you and me, he's the best dog of the bunch. Maybe I'm prejudiced, him being mine now, but that's the way I feel. You're the best darn dog in the whole world, and Gomer loves you. Well, I'll see you later, Sergeant. I got to go give him a bath. He's not only going to be the best dog in that inspection, but he's going to be the sweetest smelling. Come on, honey. Let's go rub-a-dub in the tub. Come on.
Great teamwork, Lieutenant. You've brought us some fine dogs there.
Thank you, sir.
Now, this is the real test of their ability, sir. A demonstration of their alertness and aggressiveness when confronted by an enemy.
I see what you mean. Good. Good.
Watch this one, sir. This is Killer, one of the best we have.
Get up now. You're on duty. Get up. No, get up. You're on duty now. You ain't off duty. No, you can't do that now. I can't do your tum-tum now. The colonel and everybody's watching. Get up. Attack. Attack. Killer, get up.
Sergeant Myers, just what is going on here?
I don't know, sir.
Who was in charge of that dog?
This man, sir.
Private, what have you done to that dog?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing, huh? I'll tell you what you've done, boy. You have taken a powerful, aggressive animal and turned him into a pussycat. This dog was a perfect specimen when he came here. He was trained to defend and attack. Look at him now. He's a pussycat. Slobbering hound off of me. You have ruined him, that's what you've done. Ruined him. He is washed up as a sentry dog. You understand that, Sergeant?
Shall we take him to the kennels for retraining, sir?
Retraining? What for? He's finished. The only thing he's good for now is the dog pound. Get him out of here.
Yes, sir.
Dog pound? You mean you're going to send him to the dog pound?
That's right, Private.
Well, I don't mean to be disrespectful, sir, but you'd be making a terrible mistake to send this animal to the pound. He's a fine dog. I don't care what you say. A dog don't have to be a vicious beast every minute he's in the canine corps.
Excuse me, sir, with your permission. Well, that happens to be an officer you're talking to, you knucklehead. Didn't you learn the first thing about military courtesy, or you want to go to the brig and learn some more? Well, didn't you, huh? Did you?
Hold him! Hold that dog!
Come back, now stop that.
Do you agree now, Private, that the only place for this dog is the pound? It's very obvious you have lost complete control of this animal.
I wouldn't say that, Lieutenant. I'd say the dog handles himself quite well.
Sir?
The minute he sensed his master being threatened, he jumped to his defense. That's what he's trained to do, isn't it?
That's right, sir, but the dog is unfit for sentry duty. He failed to respond when he himself was being attacked. Sir, the dog is unfit.
That may be so, but isn't it lucky you discovered it now, rather than later during some crucial test?
Sir?
Well, if the dog is a pussycat, as you said, he probably had within him the makings of a pussycat all along. The private here only managed to bring that out.
But, sir...
I think you should be thankful to the private for uncovering it now, rather than having the enemy do it later.
Well, yes, sir, but...
I don't feel the only thing left for this dog is the pound. If you don't want him, I know someone who does. Colonel Swanson. He is a youngster who'd probably appreciate a fine companion like this. He might enjoy this pussycat.
Yes, sir.
That's wonderful, sir. Did you hear that, boy? You ain't gonna go to no pound after all. You're gonna be in a fine home, a colonel's home. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And, sir, do you think it'd be all right if I come over and visit the dog every once in a while?
I suppose so.
Wonderful, sweetie. I'm gonna get to come and visit you, and we can play all of our favorite games. Hide and seek, and fetch the stick, and run, sheep, run. And every now and then they're gonna let me brush you, and I can do your tum-tum. He just loves it when I do his tum-tum. Don't you, Linda Gilbert?
I think I'm gonna be sick. I already am.
Yeah, while the guys are out on detail this afternoon, maybe we can get caught up on some of that paperwork.
Well, I hope so, Sarge. We have all those supply requisitions to fill out and all those personnel forms. Oh, by the way, those entry blanks for the talent contest came in.
What talent contest?
Haven't you heard? They're looking for Marine talent to appear in the annual Navy Relief Show in Washington, D.C.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're picking one guy from each base to do something there, like sing or play an instrument.
No fooling. That really ought to be something.
Yeah. What do you want me to do with those entry blanks?
Throw them away.
Right.
That's right. We got more important things to do. Besides, who's got any talent in our platoon?
You never know, Sarge.
Well, I know.
Hey, Vince. What do you say, pal? Hiya, Boyle.
Oh, Hacker. What are you doing out in the mess hall? Another fire start in the kitchen?
You're funny, Carter. You know, with your sense of humor, you ought to be in the talent contest. I bet you would have done pretty well, too. Except we already know who the winner is, so you don't have to bother. Have I piqued your curiosity?
Not particularly.
Good. Then I'll introduce you. This is Private Brian Jones. He's a new replacement.
Nice to meet you, Sergeant. Corporal?
Yeah, Jones here is going to be representing our platoon in the talent contest. That is, he'll be representing our base in the talent contest.
So?
So? Aren't you going to ask what he does? Tell him what you do, Jones.
Well, actually, I do a little singing.
Yeah. That's what he does, a little singing. Lay a little on him.
Out here, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. That's enough. Save the rest for the audition. And Washington.
Hey, Hacker.
Yes?
I don't get it. Why are you making such a big deal out of a talent contest?
Well, someone from our base is going to be sent to Washington. So I thought how nice it would be if that someone just happened to be from my platoon.
And how did you just happen to come up with Jones here?
Well, I needed a replacement for the mess hall, so I went over to the replacement pool, conducted a few interviews, and when I found out that Jones here was a graduate of a conservatory of music, I knew he was just right for my kitchen. See you, Vince.
Big deal. Talent contest, Washington, D.C. Boy, some guys.
Well, don't put it down, Sarge. You know Hacker. He's always looking to be one up with the colonel.
What?
Well, the guy representing the base comes from his platoon. And when he's introduced in Washington, they'll probably say Private Jones from C Company, Camp Henderson. And they might even mention Hacker's name. And they might not. Well, here go the entry blanks.
What are you doing, Boyle?
Throwing them away, like you said.
When did I say that?
About 5 minutes ago.
The picture has changed in 5 minutes. Pick up them entry blanks. We're gonna find talent, but we're gonna do it the honest way. From our own platoon. Boy, how that Hacker could stoop so low and bring in a ringer from the replacement pool, I don't know. You'd think he'd at least have the decency to pick a man from his own platoon. But not Hacker. Oh, no. He's got to do it the sneaky, underhanded way. Go to the replacement pool.
But, Sarge, what if we don't find any talent in our platoon?
Then we'll go to the replacement pool. Now, I'm sure you guys recognize this as a golden opportunity for one of you to go to Washington and bring honor not only to your platoon, but to the entire Marine Corps. Now, I've never asked any of you guys if you got any talent, but I'm sure that some of you do. And that's what I'm looking for. But I only want the top talent. So if you're rotten, forget it. Now, who wants to audition first? Anybody? Come on, guys, let's not be bashful. Look, I'll take back what I said just now. If you think you're rotten, step forward anyway. Let me be the judge. Yeah, Hummel, what do you do?
I play the clarinet.
You do?
And he plays real nice, too, Sergeant.
Then why were you holding back? Go get your clarinet. Let's hear you.
Okay.
Any guys hear him play? Is he any good?
Well, I've heard him lots of times, Sergeant. He's real good. Just wait till you hear him.
No kidding. Yeah, you ready, Hummel? Hey, look at that. He warms up like a real pro. All right, Hummel. Whenever you're ready. You got a lot of nerve, Hummel. No talent, but a lot of nerve. And you too, Pyle. It takes a lot of guts to recommend somebody like that. Okay.
Replacement pool?
Wait a minute. Okay, anyone else?
Come on, you guys.
What does he do?
Nothing.
Bronsky, front and center. All right, Bronsky, what do you do?
I tap dance.
Tap dance? Are you sure? Yeah, tap dancing. That's always a crowd pleaser. That's even better than singing. All right, move the table, move the table. A tap dancer, huh? All right, stand back, fellas. Give him plenty of room. Okay, Bronsky, you're on.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Move the table back. Move the table back.
He could have done a lot better, Sergeant, if he'd had taps on his combat boots.
So that's it, huh, fellas? That's the talent?
If you don't mind my saying so, Sergeant, there's one man in this platoon who has real talent, and he hasn't even been suggested.
Yeah, who's that?
Pyle?
Come on, let's go to the replacement pool.
Wait, Sarge, you've heard him. He's not bad.
Well, are you out of your mind? Pyle in a contest to go to Washington?
Sarge, he sings good. Listen to him.
Okay. All right, Pyle, let's hear it.
Sergeant, I'm not good enough for a contest.
I know, Pyle, but let's hear you anyway.
But, Sergeant, I'm not a professional singer. I could never get up on that stage in front of people.
Sing, Pyle.
But, Sergeant, I just...
Pyle singing, that's an order.
Just a twilight when the lights are low and the flickering shadows softly come and go. Still the heart be weary, sad the day but long. Still to us at twilight comes love's old song, comes love's old sweet song.
Huh? Give him an entry blank. We can always go to the replacement pool.
Qual più il malvento, la 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 la, e di pensiero, la 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 la, qual più il malvento, miuta l'accento, e di pensiero, e di pensiero,
Hi, can I help you with something?
Oh, well, please don't stop singing. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay. It's just music to unload vegetables by.
That's opera, ain't it? I noticed your Adam's apple popping up and down. That's how I could tell it's opera.
It's a pleasure to meet a fellow music lover. My name's Brian Jones.
Well, I'm Gomer Pyle, and this is a real honor. I mean, shaking hands with a voice like that.
Thanks again.
You're a professional singer for sure, aren't you?
Not really. I used to teach singing as a civilian.
Really? You mean you taught voice? Well, I sure could use a few lessons.
Oh, yeah?
Well, my sergeant just entered me in this contest to go to Washington and...
I know. I'm signed up for it, too.
You are? Well, I might as well give up now.
Don't be so modest, Gomer. You're probably pretty good if your sergeant picked you.
Oh, no. I have to tell you, my voice is more for singing along than listening to.
Well, let's find out. Is there a piano around here?
Well, yeah, over at the rec hall, but you don't want to hear me.
You heard me. I think it's only fair if I hear you.
From this valley they say you are going. I will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened my life for a while.
Are you sure you never had any lessons?
No, I just used to sing around a filling station back home in Mayberry. Really could get some good sounds from down there in the grease pit.
You're like a musician who can't read music, but who plays great. And you've got a lot more lung power than you think.
I do?
Try this for me.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
But give it full voice.
La 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 la.
Now bring it up from your diaphragm.
My what?
Diaphragm, from down here.
La 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 la.
Good. Try it again.
La 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 la.
God!
You still can't believe that's coming out of you, Gomer? Well, you got the pipes. Now it's just a matter of how to use them.
Well, I sure am grateful to you, Brian, but ain't it strange? Here we are rivals in the same contest, and you're helping me.
Like I told you, teaching's my business. Full diaphragm.
Hey, Vince. Is that crazy rumor I hear true, that you're entering Pyle in the contest?
What about it?
Oh, nothing. I just feel bad about it, that's all.
Huh?
Well, you know when you and I usually compete in something, we give each other a good fight. We make it interesting, you know what I mean.
Sure.
Hold it. What's going on here?
Well, hey, Sergeant. Guess what? Brian here's been giving me singing lessons. He's getting me in shape for the contest.
Huh?
How about that for sportsmanship, huh, Vince? That's very nice of you, Jones, helping out the less fortunate.
No, Gomer is a fine voice.
Sure, and I'm proud of you for taking an interest in him. It's like Willie Mays giving his time to help out a minor leaguer. Come on, kid, let's go. Hey, wait a minute. I haven't heard you sing in a little while. How about laying one of them high notes on me? Come on.
Boy, he sure has a golden voice, don't he? And ain't it nice of him to help me out like this?
Yeah. Look, if you see Corporal Boyle, tell him I'll be right back.
Where you going, Sergeant?
To the replacement pool. He'll understand.
I keep nagging you, Gomer. Use your diaphragm.
The sky above, the sky above.
Good. Do it again.
The sky above, the beautiful sea.
Good, but more diaphragm.
The beautiful sea.
Well, hey, Sergeant Hacker.
Did that come out of you?
Bunny, that's exactly how I felt the first time I heard myself. You see, for years now, I've been doing it all wrong. I wasn't breathing right, but that was because I didn't know what I was doing. But now I do, thanks to Brian here. He's really been teaching me a lot. How to sing words and how to get more power into my voice. But most of all, I think I'm most grateful to him for helping me discover my diaphragm.
Jones?
Yes, Sergeant. Gomer, keep practicing those exercises.
Okay.
The beautiful.
Ain't you overdoing it a little, Jones?
Sergeant?
Look, you don't have to coach somebody so good that he becomes a threat.
But you said it was nice of me to help him.
Now listen, Jones, you got what it takes to win for my platoon, and you're not going to blow it. As of now, the singing lessons are over. Is that clear, boy?
If you say so, Sergeant.
The sky above.
Yeah, Pyle sounding better all the time, isn't he? Listen to that.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
It's very catchy. What's the name of it?
Scales.
Oh.
Well, would you like to know the song Pyle's going to sing in the contest? He told me.
Not necessarily.
Boy, you sure don't seem too enthusiastic.
Why should I be? I'm stuck with an amateur, and Hacker got the only pro out of the replacement pool. There was nothing left for me, nothing.
So what are you going to do about it?
I'll tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to play dirty, just like Hacker plays dirty.
What are you going to do instead?
What instead? I'm going to play dirty, just like Hacker plays dirty. Jones!
Sergeant.
Are you supposed to be policing this area?
Yes, Sergeant.
Then how come you missed that?
I don't know. I thought I picked up everything.
Well, thinking ain't good enough. Do it. When policing an area, you will not overlook a single scrap of paper. Not one scrap of paper.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yes, Sergeant, what?
When policing an area, I will not overlook one scrap of paper.
I can't hear you.
When policing an area, I will not overlook one scrap of paper.
I still can't hear you. You will repeat it again and again until I do.
When policing an area, I will not overlook one scrap of paper. When policing an area, I will not overlook one scrap of paper. When policing an area, I will not overlook one scrap of paper. When police...
I'm straining my voice. Strain.
What's going on here? Jones, what's all the hollering? I can hear you clear over in the mess hall.
Sergeant Carter was giving me some orders.
He don't speak up, Hacker. I was just getting him to speak up so I can hear him.
Now, pal, the last time you were on KP, you were on pots and pans. This time you're going to have it easy. You're going to work right here in the reefer room.
Well, thanks, Sergeant Hacker. I really appreciate the promotion. But it's kind of chilly in here.
Chilly? Well, as soon as you start moving this produce around, you work up a good sweat, you'll be warm in no time.
Well, I sure hope so, because right now I'm broke out in goose pimples all over. Maybe I ought to go get a sweater.
You know, maybe it is a little too nippy in here. I tell you what I'll do. On the way out, I'll adjust the temperature.
Well, I sure thank you, Sergeant Hacker, and I think it'd be much healthier for the vegetables, too.
Pyle? Pyle? Where in the heck?
Pyle, what are you doing? Come out of there.
Oh, hey, Sergeant.
Would you tell me what you're doing in that freezer?
I'm working. Sergeant Hacker gave me a real good job.
Of all the rotten... we got 5 hours to thaw you out. Now, come on!
Santa Lucia, now I shall quickly sail over the ocean. Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia.
What do you think you're doing? He's your competition.
That was beautiful, Private Jones. A fine job.
Thank you, sir.
That was just thrilling, Brian. It just sent shivers up and down my spine.
Thanks, Gomer.
Yeah, great. They'll love you in Washington.
The next contestant is from Company B, Private Gomer Pyle.
Just do the best you can, Pyle. Maybe you'll get a consolation prize. They'll send you to Pasadena.
I'll do my best, Sergeant.
One alone to be my own. I alone to know her caresses. One to be eternally. The one my worshipping soul possesses. At her call, I'd give my all my life and all my love enduring. This would be a magic world to me if she were mine. At her call, I'd give my all my life and all my love enduring. This would be a magic world to me if she were mine.
Just a moment, Pyle. Private Jones, would you come up here? Excuse me a moment. This may seem highly unorthodox, but the winner and representative of Camp Henderson for the Navy Relief Show in Washington is Private First Class Gomer Pyle.
Pyle, you watch!
That's great.
Hold it. Let me explain something. Both of you sang so well, it was really a toss-up, and
Well, that's exactly what I did.
You won, Pyle. You're going to Washington. I knew you had it, kid. I knew it all the time.
Congratulations, Gomer.
Golly, I don't know what to say. I don't deserve to win. Well, imagine the student beating the teacher.
Student beating the teacher, what does that mean?
I wouldn't have won the contest if it hadn't been for Brian here.
Oh?
Well, you see, he's been coaching me. I didn't know a thing about singing except open and close my mouth. Then he started teaching me. And honest, I never learned so much so fast. He taught me everything. That song.
Nice going.
Well, as an example of what you can do, I think you should be brought to the attention of the Marine Corps Glee Club. Sir? They're always on the lookout for a good vocal coach, and I think you just might fit the bill.
Thank you, sir. It couldn't have turned out better.
It sure couldn't on account of you've always liked teaching. Now you're going to get to be doing what you like most. Brian, I'd like to invite you over to the PX and buy you a bottle of pop and drink a toast to the man who helped me discover my diaphragm.
It's a deal.
Thank you again, sir. And thank you, Sergeant Carter and Sergeant Hacker. It's been a happy ending all the way around.
Gomer, you're great. You did a great job. When you get to Washington, you're going to do just as well. You'll win it for the I'm so proud of you.
You know something, Charlie? All of a sudden, I just got the weirdest feeling.
What's that?
That this whole thing has been something out of a storybook, and you and me are good fairies. You notice how I played it, Boyle? I played it real cool. I never said he was good, and I never said he was bad.
Well, that's true, Sarge.
You see, if I said he was bad, he would have got discouraged. If I said he was good, he would have got cocky. So I played it neutral, and it worked.
Right, Sarge.
Yeah. Everything fell into place for us just right. And the best part is, Pyle will be in Washington out of my hair for 3 whole weeks. 21 solid days of peace and quiet.
Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck.
What is it, Pyle? Your plane's leaving early?
Better than that, Sergeant. I was just over talking to Colonel Gray, and I told him how you picked me for the contest.
Well, I believed in you.
I know, Sergeant. And since you've been such an inspiration to me so far, I got to thinking, wouldn't it be wonderful if you could go back to Washington with me and be by my side for the show?
Well, that would be nice, but I just couldn't get away, Pyle.
Well, I told Colonel Gray about it, and he thought it was a real good idea. So he's assigned you to go back to Washington with me. And I've already got the whole 3 weeks planned. We'll see all the sights together, the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, the Library of Congress. Just you and me, Sergeant, having the...
Pyle, you are a knucklehead, you are a goof-off, you are a gold brick. Have you ever heard that?
No, sir. Wally, my boss back home, used to call me a jabbernail and a mooncave, but never the ones you say it.
And I'll say 'em again. Knucklehead, a goof-off, and gold brick.
Never heard those words where I come from, Sergeant. You must be from the Midwest.
Knock it off. Pyle, I will tell you what a gold brick is. A gold brick is a person who does not do his work, who does not pull his load. Pyle, you are a gold brick.
No, sir,
You have not done a decent day's work all week, Pyle, all week.
Yes, sir. Ask anybody. Hey, fellers.
As you were. Pyle, do you realize you get paid a salary? Do you realize you're accepting money under false pretenses? Pyle, you are stealing money.
Why, I never.
Stealing?
No, sir. Even back home when I worked at the filling station, and I'd get a coin out of the cash register for the pop machine, I always left a note saying Gomer owes.
Well, you better leave a note for the U.S. taxpayer, because that's who pays your salary. And he pays it no matter what. His kid might go without roller skates, but you get paid.
Well, that's just terrible.
It is when you goof off and don't earn it. And, Pyle, this week you have not earned it. All right, all you people, listen up. Pay call will be at 0800 in the duty hut. You will report there at that hour, and you will not keep the pay officer waiting. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
As you were. Pyle, how you can accept that money after the week you put in, I'll never know.
Sir, Private Richard Hemsley. Sign. Thank you, sir.
Sir, Private Gomer Pyle.
Sign. What are you doing, Private?
I'm returning some, sir.
What?
Well, sir, I didn't work hard enough last week, so I oughtn't to get paid for it. I'm returning part of my pay, sir, $10.
You return?
That money should go to some taxpayer to buy some roller skates for his young'un. Thank you, sir.
That's a conscientious recruit. Or he's a nut.
Don't spend that all in one place, Gomer.
That's a good one, dude. Excuse me, sir.
At ease, Pyle.
You're gonna be real proud of me, sir.
What?
I returned a whole week's pay, and I feel a whole lot better about it, too.
Why? Why'd you do that?
You remember that there fine speech you gave to me about how I was stealing a week's pay from the taxpayers? Well, I got to thinking about it, and I decided you was right. So what I done, I just returned a whole week's pay. Feel real good about it, too.
You returned a week's pay? Just gave it back?
Yes, sir. If it hadn't been for you, I wouldn't have done it at all. Sergeant, you deserve all the credit.
I don't want any credit.
You don't, sir?
No, I don't know what this is all about, but I sure don't want any credit.
You know something, sir? You sure are modest for a sergeant.
Yeah, I'm modest. Now get back to your quarters.
You know what my grandma always said? She said, modesty is one of the kingly virtues in this whole world.
Move it! Move it! Move it!
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight, Lieutenant. One man didn't take full pay, right?
That's right, sir. The recruit's name's Gomer Pyle. He had some crazy story about not deserving it. He just left it and ran off.
What?
That's right, sir. He said he didn't work hard enough last week.
You kidding me?
No, sir.
Oh, I never heard anything like this.
No, sir. Neither have I.
Gomer Pyle, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, he's either very conscientious or he's a nut.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll put it through just like this. Battalion will handle it.
What's a Gomer Pyle, anyway?
It's a recruit, sir.
A recruit? What kind of a recruit sends back money?
Well, I'm not sure, sir.
Darndest thing I ever heard of.
Yes, sir.
You know what I think? I think it's a publicity stunt.
Yes, sir, it could be.
Yeah. Some men will do anything to get their name in the paper. This Pyle's probably an actor who figures to make a fuss and cash in on the publicity. Gomer. Gomer. Sounds like an actor's name, doesn't it?
May I suggest, sir, we send the money back down the line to the original officer who took the money and have him return it to this pile? That way there won't be any publicity on this level.
Good idea. Send it on back down with my endorsements. And I want a signed receipt to make sure he receives the money.
Yes, sir.
Ever hear anything like this before?
No, sir. I can't say as I have, sir.
Well, as I say, he's probably an actor after publicity. Or he's a nut.
Good afternoon, Lieutenant. You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes, I did. Gomer Pyle is in your platoon, that right?
Yes, sir.
Did you know that Pyle returned part of his pay this month?
He didn't.
Yes, he said he didn't earn it. Where do you suppose he got an idea like that?
I don't know, sir.
Is it possible he got the idea from you?
Me, sir?
Yes, you know how a recruit might misinterpret an order he gets from his DI.
Well, it's Possible he might have misunderstood something I said to him, sir.
Like what?
Well, I'd shoot him out for not working hard enough. I do that to all the men. He's the first knucklehead that ever insisted on returning money. That's all it was, sir, just a little misunderstanding.
It's gotten to be quite a big misunderstanding, Sergeant.
It has, sir?
It has. I won't waste time. I want you to get Pyle to take this money back. As a matter of fact, I'd do it within the next 36 hours.
I'll get him to take it back, sir. Oh, I'll get him to take it back.
Sergeant, we need a signed receipt from Pyle, and he won't be able to do that if he has a broken arm.
Pyle.
Hey, Sergeant, sir. You like my painting work?
Ah, that's beautiful. Did you sign your name at the bottom of it?
Sign the name. Oh, you mean like them artist fellers do whenever they paint a picture? Oh, I got you now. Hey, Sergeant, you know something? You're really witty. Sign my name.
Well, before you sign that, sign this.
What's that, sir?
Never mind, just sign it.
Can I read it?
I doubt it. All right, you read it. Now sign it.
But, sir, this says I took back that there week's pay.
That's right. Now, I don't want any trouble over this. Just sign it.
Well, I sure as heck don't want to cause you any trouble, sir, but I just couldn't take back that there taxpayer's money.
Why not?
Well, it ain't my money. I didn't earn it.
Well, never mind about that. Right now, I want you to take this money back and sign this receipt. Now, sign it, Pyle. Sign it.
I just couldn't, sir.
Sign the paper, Pyle. Sign it.
But, sir...
Now, Pyle, you listen to me. Look, Pyle, I can't order you to sign this. So what I'm doing is, I'm asking you to take the money back and sign this receipt. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, sign it.
But I couldn't take back something that don't belong to me. You was right about me not earning that money. Right as rain. That's the reason I turned it back in. Some poor taxpayer's young'un having to do without his roller skates.
Forget the roller skates. Sign it. Sign it.
I sure would like to oblige, Sergeant. But you know what's guiding me in this situation?
What?
My grandma. Grandma Pyle always used to say, a workman should be worthy of his hire. Bless her heart.
All right! You'll sign it! You'll sign it! You'll sign it! If it's the last thing you do, you'll sign it! You're like everybody else!
You know what I'd do? I'd stick his head underwater and I wouldn't let him up until he signed that receipt. Or I might kill him and send the money to his next of kin.
Or, look, will you just do your work and let me think?
Okay. Okay. You got it, right?
I got it.
You're gonna kill him?
No, listen. I'll do it with a game.
Oh, you mean we're gonna play a game and the winner kills Pyle? That's
Listen, will you? I'm gonna hold a raffle, and the winner gets the money. Now, guess who the winner's gonna be? Private Gomer Pyle.
How's he gonna win?
Oh, he'll win. He'll win or I'll kill him.
Take a slip and get inside for the drawing. Take a slip. Take a slip. Take a slip. Come on.
Excuse me, sir. What is it, sir? Some silly thing dreamed up by some morale officer to keep you sissies happy. Now, take a slip and get inside. It's for a raffle.
Oh, what's the prize, sir?
The prize is in this envelope. How do I know what's inside of it? Take a slip and get inside and don't ask so many stupid questions.
Yes, sir.
Take a slip. Take a slip.
All right. Take a slip. Keep the line moving. Take a slip. Hey, take a slip. Take a slip. Take a slip.
Oh, shoot. I got number 7.
What are you complaining about? 7's a lucky number.
Not for me. 6 was always my lucky number. I had a hog once, and I entered him in a contest, and he was number 6, and he won.
Hey, Gomer, I got number 6. I'll swap with you.
No fooling?
Sure, I'll take 7.
Hey, that's a good deal.
What do you guys think the prize is gonna be?
Beats me.
Catch. As you were. All right, you people. This is gonna be just like a raffle back home. Here are the matching numbers. I'll draw a number from the helmet, and the winner takes the prize. And it's back to work once this foolishness is over with.
Back home, whenever they had a raffle, they always ask up an impartial party to do the drawing.
Pyle, are you accusing me of not being impartial?
Gosh, no, sir. I never knew what impartial meant.
All right. I don't like nobody questioning my impartialness. All right, now for the drawing. The lucky number is 7.
Hey, that's me, sir.
All right, Pyle, just sign the official winner's form and take the prize. All right, Pyle.
Sir.
Come on, Pyle, what are you waiting for? Take the prize.
Sir.
What do you want?
Sir, I have the winning number.
You do not.
Didn't you say number 7, sir?
Right, Pyle.
There it is, sir. Number 7.
Pyle, what number have you got?
6. I had the winning number, but I swapped with you. I guess 6 is only lucky for hogs.
Hogs? Hogs.
Sir, about the prize. What was the prize, sir?
Look, I was against this from the beginning. I don't think we have to entertain a bunch of recruits.
Sir, but I just...
No buts. The next time somebody comes up with this, I'll tell them what I think about this kind of idea.
Sir, I was just curious. What was the prize?
100 push-ups. Do you want them?
No, sir.
All right.
That sure is a curious prize for a raffle. They used to give away a turkey or a TV set, but 100 push-ups.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, Carter. Just put the receipt on my desk. Just leave the receipt, Sergeant.
It hasn't been signed, sir.
It hasn't?
No, sir. Private Pyle refuses the money, and I can't get him to take it. And, sir, regulations don't show where a recruit can be forced to take money. I looked every place, and I can't find anything.
I see. Got any suggestions, Carter?
No, sir. I tried everything.
Okay, I guess the depot commander can solve it.
General Wells?
That's right. I'm sending this whole thing to him.
Oh, sir, I don't think you have to do that.
No? I don't have much choice. You know who's waiting for that receipt, Sergeant? The Pentagon.
The Pentagon?
That's right.
Pentagon.
Carry on, Sergeant. Carry on.
Pentagon.
Hi, Vince, so you took care of it.
Huh?
I mean, you went right to the top. No horsing around with you, right?
What are you talking about?
Pyle, he got called up to General Wells' office.
Pyle is with the general. What do they want him for?
Well, don't you know?
Well, I didn't arrange it.
No?
Oh, that does it. You know good and well he'll tell the general that whole stupid story about how I got him to turn back his pay.
You think he would?
Vince, you've been ordered to report to General Wells on the double.
What'd I tell you?
You know you were right. You told me to kill him. You should have listened. Now it's too late.
Yes, sir. Right, sir. Very good, sir. I'll get on it right away. Sergeant?
Sergeant Carter, sir.
The general wants you to go right in.
Yes, sir.
Right. Yes, it's all been taken care of. I have the recruit working here now, and I see his drill instructor has just come in. Oh, yes, General, I'll tell him. Right. Goodbye, sir.
Sergeant Carter reporting as ordered, sir.
At ease, Sergeant. That was Washington, Sergeant.
Pentagon?
Pentagon. How long have you had those stripes, Sergeant?
It would have been... It will be 9 years next month, sir.
Sergeant Carter, I'm going to make an example of you for the benefit of every non-com on this post. Now, Private Pyle has told me all about this pay incident, and he laid the responsibility directly on you.
He did?
Sergeant, any man who can instill the devotion and loyalty to the Corps that you've instilled in Private Pyle deserves to be commended.
Well, sir, I can explain. Sir, did the general say commended or condemned?
Commended, Sergeant, commended. When you get a boot to return a week's pay because his sergeant told him he didn't earn it, that's a pretty big sacrifice. The sergeant in question must be a very good sergeant. Well done, Sergeant. Well, that's all. I just wanted to let you know.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yes, Sergeant.
Begging the general's pardon, but, sir, if the general is pleased with Private Pyle's activities, why is he being punished, sir?
Punished, Sergeant? Oh, you mean the scrubbing?
Yes, sir.
That's not punishment, Sergeant. That was Private Pyle's idea.
Sir?
Overtime. You see, Gomer thought it might be a good idea for him to put in a few extra hours every day and earn that money back.
Oh?
I think it was a fine idea, don't you?
That is a good idea. Yes, sir, it's a very good idea. That was Gomer's idea, sir?
That's right, Sergeant. That's all.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Oh, Sergeant. Remember, a workman should be worthy of his hire.
Grandma Pyle. Yes, sir. how's the work, Pyle?
Oh, hey, Sergeant, sir. I didn't see you. Gee, don't you look slick? Got on your tie and everything.
Well, I just came from a little meeting of all the DIs. The general thought it'd be a good idea if I gave a little talk on how to instill responsibility in the men.
Well, you're just the one what can do it.
Well, look, if you want to knock this off now, it's okay.
Shazam, you mean just quit?
That's right. Take some time off. Just don't let anybody see you while you're standing around, huh?
Boy, that's great. Let's see now. Half a day at 73 a month.
What are you doing?
I was just trying to figure out how much I'd have to give back to the paymaster this month for taking a half day off. 30 days.
Pyle, get back and clean these cans. I want them clean, you understand? Bring it down. Get out of here. Girl, 318 on the road. Move it on the double. Move it, move it.
Only rifles and belts, Gomer, no bunks.
That's right. Hands. Hey. Hands. Good. You move very good for a bunch of old ladies. After 10 weeks, after 10 long weeks. Don't you people know how to move on the double? Well, don't you? Yes, sir. Then why don't you, huh? Why don't you?
Excuse me, sir, but I was...
Pyle, you are a pea-brain knucklehead. On top of that, you're a late pea-brain knucklehead.
Just gonna say I...
Don't talk.
Just said...
Don't talk.
Yes, sir. See, it was my belt. It got caught onto... Boom.
Don't move that mouth. I want no moving of that mouth. No sound coming from within it or without and or no combination of same. Or I will have you doing push-ups into the middle of next week. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. That's very clear. That's as clear as any...
Cut!
Inspection! Ha!
I just love this part.
This piece is filthy, you hear me, boy? Filthy, dirty, 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 dirty. Yes, sir. There is no place in the Marines for dirty people. You hear me? There is no place in the Marines for dirty people with dirty rifles. You are dirty people, and I don't like you. You hear me? Yes, sir. Do you like me? Yes, sir. Well, I don't like you. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Another dirty person.
You have a dirty rifle, dirty person. You know that?
But, sir, I...
Get it clean.
Yes, sir.
Knock off that smile. Tighten up that face. I want to see them lips white. I want to see them tight. Get a mean look on your face, boy. Mean. Mean. I don't like you, boy. You hear me? I don't like you. Do you like me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And, sir, I ain't just saying that neither. I really do. I really, truly like you.
You do not. You do not like me. Let you and me have a mutual admiration society. I don't like you, you don't like me.
Sir?
Knock it off.
Now, you people, listen up. You are 1 week away from graduation. In 1 week, you are supposed to become basic Marines. And I am here to tell you that I do not think you are ready. And why? Because you are slow and you are dirty. Dirty and slow. Well, we have 1 week to fix all that. Every day between now and graduation, I'm going to stay on you people until you are squared away. Is that clear? Yes, sir. And why? Because you are... dirty, sir! Dirty, dirty, dirty! Dirty, 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 sir! Remember that.
Especially you.
Yes, sir. Sir, and I like you. I really do.
You people were supposed to know your general orders your first week in boot camp. Well, now it's 10 weeks later. And let's just see. Slater, what's your sixth general order?
Sir, my sixth general order is to receive, obey, and pass on to the center who relieves me all orders from commanding officer, field officer of the day, and officers and non-commissioned officers of the guard only.
Lucky guess. Peters, number 8.
Sir, my eighth general order is to give the alarm in case of fire or disorder.
Pile number 11.
Sir, my 11th general order is to be especially watchful at night and during the hours for challenging, to challenge all persons on or near my post, and to let nobody pass without proper authority.
Wrong. All wrong. Not nobody. You said nobody. It's no one. And to allow no one to pass. You got that, Pyle? To allow no one to pass. And you call yourself ready for graduation. Pyle, I don't like people who don't know their general orders. You hear?
Yes, sir. And I don't blame you, sir. But I like you.
He means it. He likes me.
I still can't believe he really likes you.
He likes me.
Yes, that's too bad, Betts. Are you sure?
I'm sure. I rip him apart and he comes up smiling. The knucklehead likes me. A boot should hate his DI, isn't that right? He should despise him, isn't that right?
Oh, yeah. Hate and despise.
I'll never forget my DI. Iron-faced Torkin. He was the meanest human being that ever lived. I hated him so much, I used to lie awake nights dreaming up ways to get even. I was gonna find a dishonored surgeon. You know, some doctor that had been disbarred for drinking? We'd chloroform Iron Face, and the doctor would sew up his mouth. Iron Face Torkin. He was mean and rotten and cruel, nothing but a dictator and a beast. He was the greatest DI that ever lived.
Bet you're not on this boat enough, Carter.
I'll lean on him every chance I get.
Yeah, but you gotta pound on him 24 hours a day if you can. No let up. You know, I had a boot started out like that once. His father was a minister and he picked me to love. Well, I made him my house mouse. Made him keep my quarters spotless. Kept him under my heel every minute. I taught him. I cured him, but good. When he graduated, he was the perfect Marine. Hated my guts.
Here's an idea. Why don't I make Pyle my house mouse? Sure. I'll make Pyle hate me if it's the last thing I do. I'll teach that boot to fool around with tradition. Boy, wait till that poor boot finds out he's gonna be my house mouse.
Your house mouse? Gosh, sir, what a wonderful honor. I sure do appreciate it, sir.
It ain't an honor, you hear me?
Well, it may not be to you, but it is to me. It ain't every day a fella gets to help out another fella for which the first fella has so much admiration.
Well, maybe you won't like it so much when I tell you what you gotta do.
Oh, I'm sure I will, sir.
First, the deck.
First, the deck.
Never mind repeating.
Never mind repeating. No repeating, right, sir.
I want this deck scrubbed, bleached, and waxed.
Done and done, sir.
But I mean clean. If there's one spot, you're gonna have to do it all over again. You hear that? One spot, and you do it all over.
That's as it should be, sir. Perfect is as perfect does. One spot and do it all over again.
I said no repeating. Now my bunk. My bunk is to be changed. The blankets aired and the linens replaced. And if there is one wrinkle in one blanket or sheet, you're gonna have to do it all over again.
Oh, my, do you hate that, too? I just can't stand the wrinkle in my sheet. It's a throwback is what it is. When I was a boy, I had these sheets made out of flour sacks sewed together, and them seam ridges nearly drove me berserk, so I know what you mean.
Who told you you could gab on and on?
I wasn't repeating, sir. It was all new stuff.
I'll say it again. One wrinkle, and you do the whole bunk over. Now my shoes, cleaned and polished.
With the respect due a fine piece of leather, aye, sir.
And the windows. I want them to glisten.
So you can see from the outside in and the inside out, right?
Again, if there's one speck, one tiny little speck, you're gonna have to do it all over again. All over, you hear?
I hear.
And the ledges and the shelves. I want them dusted. And when I say dusted, I don't mean just run over quickly. I mean dusted. You know what's gonna happen if I find one speck of dust?
I'm gonna have to do it all over again. All over.
You aren't fooling me with that stupid act you're putting on. What I'm doing to you burns you up, doesn't it?
No, it don't, sir.
Oh, come on, Pyle, admit it. You don't like me. You think it's rotten of me to give you all this extra work.
No, I don't, sir. I like you. I like you very much.
You say you do, but you really don't, do you? You couldn't like me after all I'm doing to you.
You're wrong, sir. I do like you.
Why?
It's easy. Look at you. You're paying more attention to me than you are to anybody. Oh, I like you, sir, honest.
Get to work. Pyle, you ready for inspection?
Your house is all mouth, sir.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Uh-huh. It's filthy.
Huh?
Look at that, you dirty person.
I don't hardly see a thing.
Filth! What's the matter with you, Pyle? Are you blind? You got poor eyesight?
Oh, no. As a matter of fact, the doctor that examined me said I had the sharpest pair of eyes he'd seen.
I want you to get that scrub brush and get busy.
I once hit a chicken hawk with a rock at 20 yards.
Pyle!
Nobody ever heard of it, though, because there weren't no witnesses.
Pyle!
Except in the hawk. He was so stunned, he didn't remember nothing.
Knock it off! You know something, Pyle?
Sir?
You're not only dirty, you are filthy.
Thank you, sir.
What are you thanking me for?
Well, it ain't every day you get a straightforward, honest opinion. Seems like every time I turn around, I'm thanking you for improving my lot. Sir, you're a friend to have for sure. I get started right away and do it all over again.
I'm losing it, Whip. You know that?
Come on.
That's true. I can't do anything wrong. He likes me. He likes me.
Well, now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you try humiliating Pyle in front of his peers?
His peers?
The other guys.
Their peers?
Yeah, it means, the other fellows in the platoon.
I never heard him called peers.
It's, fellas equals. Like I'm your peer.
Hey, that's great.
Believe me, Vince. Humiliate him in front of his own platoon. Especially if he doesn't deserve it.
His peers.
Right. And he'll come around. He'll hate your guts. One thing these boots can't stand is injustice.
I'm desperate. I'll try anything. I can't graduate a boot who likes me. And he likes me. The dirty peer.
Hey, your stuff looks great, kid. Beautiful.
Thanks.
Man, you sure can shine stuff. You really got the magic touch. Hut, hut!
Uh-huh. Good, good. Oh, that's very good. Very good. Uh-huh. You call yourself ready for graduation? You call yourself a basic Marine? 10 weeks ago, you came to me a lump, a plain nothing lump. I worked with you. I gave you special attention. And you know something? You're still a lump. This inspection is a disgrace. I ain't learned you a thing. You ain't fit to be in the same platoon with these other peers. You other peers, listen to this. This person is not fit to graduate. He is a sloppy peer. Do it right. Pick him up and do it right. You hate me for doing that, don't you? You just hate me? Tell the truth.
Oh, no, sir. It was nice of you to point out my failings to me. Only a friend would do that. Thank you, sir. I like you for that.
In all my years of being a psychiatrist, I never heard anything like this. Now, let me get this straight, Sergeant. You're upset because a boot likes you?
That's right, sir.
Well, this is something new. Most people have problems because they aren't loved.
Sir, if a DI ain't hated, he ain't a DI. That's what's got me so worried. This recruit likes me.
Tell me something about yourself, Sergeant.
Sir?
Well, I mean, what was your life like before you became a Marine? When you were a youngster, a little fellow?
Sir, I don't know what you...
I mean, what kind of an atmosphere was there?
Well, there was a lot of hollering.
Hollering?
I used to holler at my sister a lot. And my father used to holler at me for hollering at my sister. You might say I was brought up on hollering.
Well, what about your mother?
She'd holler at my father.
Well, how was she with you? Was she nice?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Was she affectionate?
Well, sure.
Did she have any pet names for you? Well, Sergeant, did she have a nickname for you? Well, did she?
Sir, I don't see what this has got to do with...
Sergeant, did your mother have a nickname for you?
Yes, sir.
Well, what was it? What was the name your mother used for you?
Num Num.
Num Num?
Yes, sir. It was a word I used for candy and gum. She used to call me that. Num Num.
Your father, too? Well, then, in spite of the hollering around the house, there was a more or less friendly atmosphere.
I guess.
Of course, this is just an off-the-cuff diagnosis. After all, you're not under treatment. I don't know you too well, but would you like to know what I think, just generally speaking?
Yes, sir.
Carter, underneath all that bluster, there is still the nice, friendly boy from a more or less nice, friendly atmosphere, and Gomer Pyle has gotten through. He has reached Num Num. You see, what you have in this Gomer Pyle is a childlike individual who can see through anger and ranting and raving. He will not be shaken by your attacks, because he knows that underneath it all, there is Num Num.
That's terrible.
Why?
Well, if he can do it, another recruit can do it, and I'm washed up as a DI. I can yell at him all day long, and behind my back they'll say, "There goes Num Num. Boy, do I like him. Hello, Num Num, sir."
I'll tell you what I would suggest. I'd put in for a transfer if I were you, Sergeant. Yes, give up drill instructing for a while. Go to another camp and just be a regular sergeant. Then, when you feel that your confidence has been restored, you can always come back to being a DI. You see, your facade of meanness has been penetrated, so to speak.
What's a facade?
Well, that's,
Anything like a pier?
Oh, no. Facade is just a disguise. As you put in for that transfer, I'll endorse it, and you should have no trouble.
Yes, sir. It's a terrible thing to be loved.
Hold still, Gomer. Graduation. Shazam.
There you go.
Boy, it sure happened fast, didn't it, fellers?
Yeah, it only seemed like a century.
Hey, I got a great idea, fellers. Let's make a pact right now that we meet right here at this camp 10 years from today and have a reunion with a cake and everything. How about that?
Sounds good. Where'll we meet? Hey, what about the cigar store across from the main gate?
Hey, that's a great idea, but what time?
How about 10 years from this Friday, 8 o'clock?
Then it's a day. Boys, it's gonna be nice so we won't lose touch with one another. I'll get my hat and go tell Sergeant Carter.
Whoa, back up, buddy. Who needs him?
You mean you don't want Sergeant Carter there? The man that practically raised us all together? You don't want to see him again?
Oh, we don't mind seeing him again, Gomer. It's just that 10 years is a little soon. Now, 30 or 40 years, okay.
Platoon 317, dismissed.
Aye, sir! Platoon 318, dismissed! Aye,
Hey, Whipple, so long. I'm gonna miss you almost as much as I'm gonna miss Gomer Pyle.
Well, it won't be the same without you around here, Vince. It's gonna be nice and quiet.
Take it easy, kid.
Be good, boy.
Hey, Sergeant Carter, sir.
Huh?
I looked for you right after graduation. Where'd you disappear to?
Well, I got a lot of packing to do.
Sir, we won't be seeing each other anymore after today. And I was just wondering when and where we could get together again.
Well, that's hard to say. You see, Pyle, I put in for a transfer.
You did?
Yeah, so I can't tell you when or where we could get together again.
Shoot, just tell me where you're going to be and I'll look for you.
No, Pyle, you don't understand. You're going to Paris Island for your infantry training. That's in South Carolina. And I'm going to Camp Henderson. That's in California. We'll be thousands of miles apart.
Heck, it's a shame we both can't go to the same camp.
Yeah, it's a real shame. That's a long time.
Hey, Sergeant, let's write to each other here.
Yeah, we'll write. Goodbye.
Hey, I did want to tell you about the reunion our platoon's going to have 10 years from now.
Oh, yeah? Good. Well, goodbye, Pyle.
It won't be a reunion if you ain't there. So remember, it's 10 years from this Friday in the cigar store opposite the main gate.
The cigar store. I'll remember. Goodbye, Pyle.
Sir, it's 10 years from this Friday at 8 o'clock.
Oh.
Sergeant, your men have just arrived.
Yeah? What do they look like?
Nah.
Well, they can't be any worse than the bunch of meatheads I had in boot camp. One in particular. Come on, let's take a look.
Fall in! All right. You men are no longer boots. You are now basic Marines. You will now begin your advanced infantry training. I will be your troop leader. My name is Sergeant Carter. Now the front.
Hey, Sergeant, sir. Surprise.
Kyle, what are you? What are all of these men doing?
Surprise.
What?
Well, here's what happened. You know you said that they was going to send us all to Paris Island? Well, they didn't do no such thing. At the last minute, they changed their minds, and they sent us here to Camp Henderson, where you said you was going to be sent. I didn't want to tell you on account I didn't want to spoil the surprise. And I sure am glad I didn't, because it is a surprise, ain't it, Sergeant? You sure look surprised.
All right, you men. You were sent here, and I was sent here. Okay. I'm going to work you and work you. You think it's going to be easy just because you're out of boot camp? Well, it ain't. And, Pyle, I don't know what you think you see when you look real close, but I will tell you, I am still a sergeant, hard and tough. It ain't just a facade. It ain't a facade. You think it's a facade? No, it's me, through and through. Is that clear? Is that very clear?
Yes, sir. Sir?
Huh?
Are you going to ask me what you always did at boot camp?
What?
You know, about do I like you? Because the answer is yes. I really do. I like you very much. I really do,
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
I asked you men to drop in because I have a little favor to ask of you. It's about this little dance on Saturday night for the enlisted men.
Yes, sir.
I think you all know my daughter, don't you?
Of course, sir.
Well, she's coming home from college on Saturday, and it's a matter of an escort, and I was wondering if one of you men might be free. I think she should be accompanied by a man from the base.
Well, I deem it an honor, sir, but it just so happens I have a date. Sorry, sir.
I don't want anybody to break a date.
Well, I'm not much of a dancer, sir, and, it might be a little dull for her.
I understand. What about you, Barker? You got a date?
Well, not exactly, sir, but I might have. It's this girl who said she might come or she might not. It could go either way. It's just that I'm not sure, sir.
Of course.
Sorry, sir, I have to meet my mother.
I see. Thank you for coming in, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, sir, which one is it going to be?
None of them could make it. And I think I know the reason why. Nobody wants to get saddled with the boss's daughter. And that's what this amounts to. Having to be on guard during a date, that's no fun.
Sir.
And they're probably being wary of my wife's watchfulness. She's a bit overprotective, you know.
Sir, I have a thought. After all, this is the enlisted men's dance. It doesn't have to be an officer, does it?
No, not necessarily.
Well, sir, I think you could find a suitable escort among the enlisted men. Might be more preferable, sir. Make the thing look democratic, if you know what I mean.
That's an idea.
I'll speak to the platoon sergeants and have them make suggestions?
Yes. My wife's a bit of a worrier, you know, but I'm sure the man will be all right. You understand?
Oh, yes, sir. No problem, sir.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Captain. By the way, you busy on Saturday?
Sorry, sir. As a matter of fact, I am.
Carry on.
Gomer, what about you? Who are you taking?
Me, I ain't going.
You're not going
How
to
come?
dance?
There's this picture on television that I don't want to miss. It's Tarzan Untamed.
You mean you want to watch that Me, Tarzan, You, Jane?
Well, I don't go for that gushy stuff too much. What I like is when an elephant picks Tarzan up with his trunk and old Tarzan just sits there on the elephant's head. You don't see a thing like that too often.
Oh, well, go along with that, Gomer.
Okay, men. I want to know who has dates for the dance. Come on, hands. All of you? Why, you don't have a date?
No, Sergeant.
Oh. Come over here, Pyle. You might have a date. It's not said yet, but you might.
Well, thanks for thinking of me, Sergeant. But there's this television program on Saturday night that I've been pointing for. It's Tarzan the Untamed.
This happens to be Colonel Harper's daughter. That's the date.
The Colonel's daughter? Well, shoot, even if I didn't have other plans, I couldn't take her.
Why not?
Well, golly, she's the Colonel's daughter.
Well, you've taken out girls before. Or have you?
Shoot, yeah, but nobody ever this important. The most important girl I ever took out back home was the county assessor's daughter. That's as high as I ever want to go, the daughter of a civil service man.
Well, listen, Pyle.
And even then, I remember my hands got all sweaty.
Pyle.
And my heart was going ka-thump, ka-thump. I was nervous as what.
Pyle, will you calm down? You haven't been picked yet.
I wouldn't even know what to talk to her about. At least with the county assessor's daughter, I was able to keep up a running chatter on assessments. Now, that can be a real meaty subject.
Pyle, you're the only one who doesn't have a date, so I'm submitting your name. Each company's sending in a name to the colonel so they can pick the best man for the job. They're probably looking for somebody who is a nice dancer, a good talker, a smart companion. You don't have a thing to worry about.
I'm praying. Sergeant, do you know anything at all about her?
She's the colonel's daughter.
The colonel's daughter.
Gomer Pyle. What kind of a man is he, Sergeant?
Well, sir, Excuse me, sir. Is Pyle the man selected?
I don't know yet. I want to find out a little more about him. What I'm looking for primarily is a certain type.
I'd say he's a type, all right, sir.
How do you mean?
Well, sir, he never goes out. He doesn't do anything. Doesn't have anything interesting to talk about.
Innocuous.
Sir?
Harmless.
Oh, he certainly is, sir.
I might even say dull.
Dull, yes, sir.
Good. Sounds perfect.
Sir?
My wife will feel quite comfortable with him. Gomer Pyle it is.
Yes, sir.
An enlisted man?
Mm-hmm.
Who is he? What do we know about him?
I checked this boy's record, and it's fine. And the sergeant assures me that he's a perfect gentleman. He's going to be all right.
The sergeant.
Edna, there's only for one evening. And it'll be nice for Jane to have an escort. And as a matter of fact, an enlisted man may be even more interesting.
All right. I won't say another word about it.
Yeah, but you've got to stop worrying. Right? Right.
Where's he from?
The South. Country boy.
You didn't tell me about that.
What's wrong with a country boy?
What's wrong? Well, they're the worst kind. Those quiet country boys, they're the kind that turn into howling wolves.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, is it? Have you read about the scandalous goings-on in those quiet country towns with those quiet country boys?
Edna, stop worrying. Everything's going to be all right.
And I won't take my eyes off them for 1 second.
Hey, Sergeant. Did you send for me?
Guess who?
I knew it. I just knew it. I had the feeling right from the beginning it was going to be me. There was something just in the pit of my stomach. I knew it. I knew it was going to be me.
Now, Pyle, take it easy. Take it easy. After all, I got more at stake than you have. I was the one that sent in your name. The colonel's depending on me.
Well, what'll I do? She's the colonel's daughter.
Well,
and
you
heck,
just
I don't
take
know
her
what
to the
say
dance.
her.
Just be careful what you say and how you act.
Oh, I'll be careful, all right. But what'll we talk about? What'll I say to her?
You can talk about anything. Just be careful what you say.
Oh, I just can't get over the idea of her being the colonel's daughter. She's going to be disappointed in me.
Pyle!
We come from two different worlds, is what, Sergeant?
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm just plain country folks, and shoot, she comes from one of them homes, got fruit and flowers all over the place, and there ain't even nobody sick.
Look, Pyle, you don't have to marry the girl.
I know, Sergeant, but why'd they have to pick me? Of all the guys on the base, why'd they have to pick me?
Pyle, listen. Now, you were picked for this assignment. Why, I don't know, but you're going to take the colonel's daughter. Now, when you do, just don't say much. Don't do anything. Don't act silly. Don't talk. Don't even breathe. Just have a good time.
I just wish this whole thing was over with already. Look at my hands. Look at them. Look at them sweat. And feel my heart. It's going ka-thump, ka-thump, ka-thump.
Can't you lift this up closer to your neck?
Well, that looks fine to me. Janie, good to have you home. Haven't had a chance to ask you how school is this semester.
Oh, it's all right, I guess.
What's the matter? Anything wrong?
Oh, it's just that it's so dull. It's nice, but dull. Mother, can't I transfer to a co-ed school next semester? I'd be so much happier. I prefer you stay where you are. It's a perfectly fine school.
Well, if it's dull and she wants to transfer, I don't see any harm.
Clara Burton College was good enough for me, and I know that Jane will get a fine education there. Perfectly fine. After all, that's the most important thing, isn't it, dear? I suppose so. Oh, let me look at you. What on earth is that?
That's probably your escort, dear. I authorized a Jeep for your use tonight.
They're all so reckless. Now, about this young man, dear, I don't want you to worry about a single thing. We'll be right by your side all evening. Yes, Mother.
Good evening.
Sir, Private Gomer Pyle reporting is ordered, sir.
I wish you wouldn't put it that way.
Hope you didn't mind the brake squeal, sir, but I wasn't sure what house you lived in, and I didn't want to pass it by, so I had to mash down on the brakes.
Well, come on in, Pyle.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, this is Mrs. Harper.
How do, ma'am?
And this is my daughter, Jane.
Hey, Miss Jane. Well, brought you some flowers.
Thank you. It was very thoughtful. I'll get a vase.
Well, we've got a few minutes before we go. Shall we sit down?
Please.
Make yourself at home, Pyle.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Well, we were very happy that you were able to make it.
Yes, sir. Me too. Real happy.
Private Pyle, I understand that you come from the South. Where in the South?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do. I come from Mayberry, North Carolina. My family settled there about 150 years ago. That is, my ancestors did, not the family that I got now, of course.
Of course.
They built their own log cabin all by themselves.
Real pioneers.
Of course, we Pyles have come a long way since then. We've had the back porch and a bath.
See?
I mean a regular bath. Once you don't have to fill up with a pump, neither.
Oh, well, that's what I call real progress.
Remarkable.
When the water company run their lines, they went to the north part of town first.
Yeah, well, wouldn't you know?
See, the center of town is right here, and this is north, and they had to run them lines right down here through Maple Street. That's right here. And then over the ridge, past Fred Bartlett's place. Now, that's about here. And then they had to run them all the way out to the swamps. That's where you're sitting, Miss Harper. You know something else that might interest you, Miss Harper?
What?
We was the first family on the south side of town that had a septic tank.
A septic tank?
Yes, ma'am. You see, it was always my mama's dream to have one, and me and my daddy saved up for 6 years. 6 years. And we surprised her with the news on her birthday. I want you all to seen her face when we took her out there in the backyard.
Well, I'll bet she was thrilled, all right.
Say, Miss Jane, you really got a nice way of arranging them.
Thank you.
Must be an act. Looks like it was done by one of them funeral florists.
Shall we go?
Yes. I hadn't realized it was quite so late.
I'm sure looking forward to this night.
Thank you.
Well, you two run along. We'll be right behind you.
Are you ready to go, Miss Jane? We'll see you there, sir. It's nice talking with you, ma'am.
Well, next time you'll listen to me.
Well, what's wrong? He's a nice boy.
I know these nice boys, that's an act.
Oh, come on now.
I'm more determined than ever to keep my eye on them every single second.
All right. Have it your own way. But any boy who saves up for 6 years to buy a septic tank for his mother's birthday can't be all bad.
Good evening, sir.
Captain, this is Private Pyle.
How are you, Pyle? Good evening, sir.
Well, you've decorated the place beautifully.
Yes, sir. You can't hardly beat them Japanese people when it comes to lanterns.
Colonel Harper, Your Honor.
Thank you. Shall we, dear?
Would you like to dance, Miss Jane?
Watching our country boy?
Yes, he seems to be quite a dancer.
Dance me over in that direction.
Oh, well, let's leave him alone.
Emmett, please.
Hey, folks. Nice night.
Yeah. Jane, I think it would be nice if you danced with your father. Oh, all right, Mother. And I don't suppose Private Pyle has any objections to dancing with me?
No, ma'am. I'd be glad to. That's why we dance back home.
Yes, well, I'd prefer that you dance a little slower. I want to have a word with you.
Yes, ma'am.
I just thought I'd better mention that my daughter is not used to too much excitement.
I'm sorry. What happens when she dances too hard? Does she have a spell?
Well, of course not. It's just that I think you should dance slower and at a proper distance.
Yes, ma'am. I guess I'm just used to the girls back home. You don't grip them hard enough and they'll fall right down. My pleasure, ma'am. You know, you dance real good for a short lady.
Thank you.
Hey, Miss Jane.
Hello.
Would you like to dance?
I don't suppose we'd better.
Well, I'll dance slow and hold you loose.
No, thanks.
Would you like some punch?
No. Thank you.
You go to school, don't you?
Yes, I do. I'm at college.
What you taking up there?
Music. I'm a music major.
Back home, you ask somebody going to school. What you taking up? The teacher's time? That's a joke back home.
I see.
Did I ask you if you wanted some punch?
You did.
What'd you say?
I said no, thank you. But I believe I will have some now.
Okay, I'll be back in a jiffy. 2 punches, please.
Pyle.
Hey, Sergeant.
You behave yourself? You behave yourself, Pyle?
Yes, sir. She's nice. She's real nice.
What do you mean nice? Remember, she's the colonel's daughter. Now, you behave yourself.
Yes, sir. But she is a little on the quiet side. There ain't too much to talk about.
What did you talk about?
Well, coming on over here, I told her about the M14 rifle and how you disassemble it.
Good, good.
What else could we talk about?
Well,
Do you think she'd be interested in chemical warfare? Here's your punch, Miss Jane.
Thank you.
Careful with them lemon seeds in there. You swallow one of them, you'll get a pin of cider. Did you know that?
Emmett, look.
What?
He just brought us some punch.
Well, what of it?
I wonder what's in it.
What? Grape juice and some lemons floating in it. I just had some.
I know. And you know about spiking a drink.
Oh, take it easy. Mrs. Harper, may I have this dance?
All right. Emmett, will you keep an eye on things? Captain, excuse me. Emmett, they're gone.
What? Who's gone?
Jane and that country boy, they're not here.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you. You've probably just gone for a walk, dear.
I want them found.
Edna, take it easy.
I insist.
You've just gone for a fresh air, I'm sure.
Emmett, are you going to do something about this, or shall I go and look for them myself?
All right, dear. Captain Murdoch?
Yes, sir.
My daughter and her escort seem to have disappeared. Would you see if you can locate them?
I want this whole place thoroughly searched. I'm worried.
Yes, ma'am, right away.
She's gone away for to stay a little while, but she's coming back if she goes 10,000 miles. Oh, who will tie my shoe, and who will glove my hand, and who will kiss my ruby lips when she is gone away, far away, over yonder. She's gone away for to stay a little while, but she's coming back if she goes 10,000 miles. Oh, it's Pappy who'll tie my shoes, and Mammy who'll glove my hand, and you will kiss my ruby lips when she is gone away, far away, over yonder.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, Gomer, you're good. Why did you keep it such a secret?
Well,
If I'd known sooner, we could have left that dull dance even earlier.
I'm sorry the dance was so dull. I guess all that talk about the M14 rifle wasn't very interesting. Not that I'm talking down the M14 rifle. It was just that I didn't...
It's just that this is so much nicer.
Must be some sort of trouble. Appears like they're looking for somebody.
Go ahead, Gomer. Sing another.
Well, would you like to hear Rain Come Wet Me 'Cause I'm Dirty, Dirty, Dirty?
Gomer, that's marvelous. This is so much fun.
I'm sure glad you enjoyed it, Miss Jane.
I am. Thank you, Gomer. Thank you very much.
There, you saw that. You saw that, didn't you? Did you see that? Oh, Jane, I've been so worried.
You can call off the search, Captain.
Jane, darling, are you all right?
Oh, Mother.
Take it easy, Edna.
Just had a feeling it would end like this. I just knew it.
Mother, if you'll just calm down for a minute. You don't understand.
Jane, we'll take
But,
care
Mother,
of Jane. Now, young man, suppose you explain what made you think you could take liberties with our daughter.
Well, it looked to me as if it was Jane who was doing the kissing.
I think I know my daughter. Well?
I sure am sorry, Miss Harper.
It's a little late for that, Private, and it's not good enough. Emmett, I insist that he be punished.
Oh, Edna.
Daddy, don't. Don't you dare do a thing to him. I am the one who did the kissing.
Now, Miss Jane.
Jane! Yes, it's true, and I'm not ashamed of it. I kissed him because I wanted to, that's why.
Jane, stop this.
Yes, Mother, and I liked it. So much that I think I'll kiss him again. And again. And again. And again. And again.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sir, while all this is going on, do I have your permission to stand at ease?
Thanks, Dad.
For what?
You know, for sort of staying on my side and helping me do what I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Well,
And, Daddy, while we're sort of on the subject, I do want to go to a co-ed school next year. Will you back me up?
We'll talk about it tomorrow. Your mother's had a big shock tonight. Thank you, Private.
Shoot, I didn't do nothing, sir.
I'm not so sure. Good night, Janie.
Good night, Daddy.
Well, good night, Miss Jane. I sure hope I see you again sometimes. I had a real nice time. You know something? You're real nice. And you're real pretty, too.
Thank you, Gomer.
Well, go ahead, son. It's all right. Mother's gone to bed.
Lovely, isn't it?
Sure is. $70, huh?
Yes. And that includes the tax.
Well, okay. But I'll have to come back for it. I don't have all the money with me right now.
All right.
Don't worry, I won't be long.
$70? That's a pretty expensive present.
Look, I've known Bunny a lot of years. I can't be chintzy on her birthday. Besides, I got a lot of class, Boyle. And a lot of pride.
And no money.
Don't worry, I'll get it.
Easier said than done.
As long as I got buddies, I can always borrow. All I gotta do is... Hey, here comes Haskell.
I bet you'll come up with what I need. Hiya, Haskell, old buddy.
Not a penny, Vince, not a penny.
Who needs him? I got lots of friends on this base, boy, lots of friends. What kind of friend are you? Look, Slatney, last month when you needed $20, I gave it to you just like that. No questions asked, no strings attached. I gave it to you out of the goodness of my heart. And now when I... Huh? Same to you, fella.
Look, if you're so desperate for money, why don't you dig into your savings account?
What savings account?
You mean to tell me that after all these years you don't have something put away?
Yeah, I got a lot of expenses, Boyle. Like taking care of my mother, paying off a mortgage. Just last month I bought her a new septic tank. Yeah, Pyle, what do you want?
Excuse me, Sergeant. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you assigned me the extra cleaning duties, remember?
Oh, okay, get on it. Hey, we still haven't tried Hacker.
Hacker? You're kidding.
Give me Sergeant Hacker. He's in the mess hall. I know we don't get along, but I can handle him. All it takes is a little smooth talk. Charlie? Vince? How things down at the mess hall, buddy? Hello? Hello?
Strike 3 and you're out.
This watch is something I gotta get for Bunny. It's the perfect birthday present.
Excuse me, Sergeant. Did you say it was Miss Bunny's birthday?
Yeah, today.
Well, ain't that nice? Be sure and wish her many happy returns of the day for me.
Yeah.
Look, Sarge, if you don't have the money to buy her a watch, why don't you give her some flowers or something? It's really the thought that counts.
No, Boyle. With me, it's first class or nothing.
Sergeant Carter?
Pyle, I thought you were supposed to be cleaning up.
I'm sorry, Sergeant, but I couldn't help overhearing you. Did you say you don't have any money to buy Miss Bunny a birthday present?
Yeah, but it doesn't concern you.
Well, I can lend you what you need.
Pyle, what's the matter with you? You've been in the Marine Corps long enough to know that a non-com can't borrow money from anybody of a lower rank. I could be court-martialed.
That's right, I forgot. It's a shame, though, because I got some money I could lend you.
Yeah, well, forget it.
I could go over right now and get it out of my savings.
I said forget it.
Yes, sir. I've even got some cash on me this minute. It ain't much, but it might help out.
Pyle.
I know it's against regulations. Sergeant, what if I was to accidentally leave the money on your desk and you was to accidentally find it?
Pyle, stop it.
Yes, sir.
How much money are you talking about? No, forget it.
Well, I guess you just have to forget about the watch.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, I can understand what happens when you pick up a paper and read about one of them crimes of passion. A guy can get so desperate for something that all of a sudden something in his brain snaps and pow! You can't get what you want one way, so you try another. You know what you're doing is wrong, but you do it anyway.
Ah.
Why, you're supposed to be working.
Terrible.
Oh, hello, Sergeant.
Hi. I'm back, just like I said.
Good.
I'm afraid I wasn't able to come up with a whole $70.
Oh, that's all right. You can purchase this on our layaway plan. $14 down, you got 6 months to pay off the balance.
Well, I got a counter offer. How about nothing down?
Come on now, Sergeant.
Just until payday, and then I'll give you the whole thing. No 6 months to pay.
Well, we have to have some sort of down payment as a binder. Even $1 would do it.
You mean for $1 down, I can take it with me?
Well, no, but we'd put it aside for you.
But I gotta have it tonight. I'll pay you the whole thing in a few days. Come on. It's my girlfriend's birthday.
Well...
Please?
Well, it's highly irregular, Sergeant, and I shouldn't be doing this.
Ah, you're a peach. That's $1, huh?
Uh-huh.
Can you lend me 7 cents?
Sergeant, if you'll just sign this payment receipt and fill in your outfit and commanding officer's name.
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I gift wrap this for you?
Huh? Oh, no. I'll take it just like it is. I'm gonna give it to my girlfriend during dinner tonight. I'm gonna hide it in her salad. Romantic-like.
That sounds very nice.
I mean, you did say that's a stainless steel case, didn't you? Roquefort dressing won't corrode it or anything.
Oh, no. No, I think it'll be just fine.
No, fine ain't the word for it. It's gonna be beautiful, just beautiful. And thanks a million.
Uh-huh.
Company B, Sergeant Carter. Oh, yes, sir, Major. The supply requisitions? Yes, sir. I'll bring them right over.
Sorry, Sergeant, but I gotta do this for your own good.
Thank you.
Company B, Sergeant Carter.
Sergeant Carter, this is Miss Johnson down at the PX. I sold you a watch this morning.
Oh, yes, ma'am. What can I do for you?
Well, apparently you were so excited about your girl's birthday, you walked away without your watch.
Huh? I did what?
That's right, Sergeant. You must have left it on the counter.
But that can't be. Are you sure? Are you sure it's a little square one with a gold band?
Uh-huh, and the inset diamonds. I'm sure it's your watch, Sergeant. It's the only one we have like it.
Just a minute. Wait just a minute. Miss Johnson, that's my watch, all right.
Well, don't worry about it, Sergeant. I'll hold it for you.
Yes, ma'am. You do that. I'll be right down.
Again.
Good morning, Private. May I help you?
No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I was just looking. Thank you anyways. Sergeant Carter? Corporal Ball?
Company B, Sergeant Carter. Oh, hi, Bunny. What? Well, like I said, 7 o'clock. Is that okay? No hints. You're gonna have to wait till dinner to find out. And tonight, we're gonna celebrate in style. We ain't gonna drink no birthday toast with just beer. Tonight, we're going all the way. A bottle of Muscatel. Okay. See you later, baby doll. Bye. Bunny's just dying to know what the present is. Wait till you see it, Boyle. It'll knock your eyes out. It's got real diamonds on the face. Okay, Boyle, what is this? Some kind of gag or something?
What are you talking about? I just came in, remember?
Oh, yeah. Boy, if this don't beat everything, it's gone. Just like that, just like it had legs. How many be, Sergeant Carter?
Hello, Sergeant. You did it again. Your watch. I found it right where you left it.
But that's impossible. Are you sure? Maybe some new ones came in when you were out.
Look, Sergeant, I don't know if you're playing games with me, but this is definitely the watch I sold you. We won't have another one in like it for a month.
Well, how about that?
And then I take it you do want the watch after all.
Oh, yeah. You kidding? I'll be right down. And this time I'll guard it with my life. Bye. Boyle, look at me. Do I look normal to you? Not just my face, but the way I've been acting, the way I've been talking?
What's going on, Sarge?
Oh, I'll tell you later. Right now I'm going to get the watch. I'll be right back.
Company B, Corporal Boyle. Oh, yes, sir, he's here. It's a chaplain. He wants to talk to you.
The chaplain? Wonder what he wants. Yes, sir, Chaplain. This is Sergeant Carter.
Sergeant Carter, how are you? Well, good. Look, I wonder if you could do me a rather big favor.
Well, sure, Chaplain, if I can. Of course, you understand I spend most of my Sundays off the base.
You can relax, Sergeant. For once, it has nothing to do with trying to get you to attend one of my services.
Oh.
Actually, I'd like to see you in my office right away, if we can arrange it. Something's come up, and I'd like to talk to you about it.
Yes, sir. See you in about 5 minutes, sir? Fine, sir. See you then.
What does he want?
Who knows? One of our ugly ducklings got himself a little problem, I guess, and the chaplain just wants to see the mother hen.
You want me to pick up that watch for you?
Oh, no. As soon as I'm through with the chaplain, I'll get it myself.
Hey, Sarge, maybe while you're with the chaplain, he can take the curse off the watch.
You're sure now that you saw him taking it?
I'm just sick about Sergeant Carter carrying on like this.
You're absolutely certain now. You're sure that it wasn't someone else who took the watch?
Oh, no, sir. It was him, all right. I seen him just as clear as day both times. And each time I seen him, all I could say was, holy cow. I mean, just plain cow, sir.
It's hard to believe that he'd actually stooped to... Well, you and I know that Sergeant Carter is no thief.
Of course he ain't. Something must be driving him. I heard him say how desperate he was.
Well, I have no reason to doubt you, Gomer. I've never known you to lie.
And I sure never would when it comes to Sergeant Carter. I only want to help him.
Very well. Just leave it to me.
Sir, if you don't mind a suggestion, a little inspiration from the good book always goes a long way in cases like this.
Thank you.
You might try chapter 5 of Matthew, verse 13. You are the salt of the earth. But if salt loses its strength, how can it be made salt again?
Yes, well, thanks for the suggestion.
Or maybe chapter 6 of Matthew. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eye is sound, then your whole body will be light. But if your eye is unsound, then your body will be dark.
Yes, well, I know that one also.
And that sure ought to ring a bell with Sergeant Carter, seeing as how he got in this whole mess when his eye fell on that watch.
Thank you. Well, I think you can rest assured that I'll find the right words when the time comes.
Another real good one is Luke chapter 8, verse 17. Nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
Yes.
Or John chapter 8, verse 32. The truth shall make you free.
Thank you.
You know what would really be good? Revelation 6.
Now, as you're well aware, man is an imperfect animal. And because he's imperfect, he must be constantly on guard against being tempted down the wrong path. Do you understand what I'm getting at, Sergeant?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
Under certain stress and tension, we're apt to do things which normally we'd never do at all. Of course, that doesn't mean we're beyond redemption.
Oh, of course not, sir.
A person who is basically good can be sure that the people around him, the people who admire and respect him, will forgive and forget.
You mean you want to make a withdrawal?
Yes, ma'am.
Private Gomer Pyle.
I don't mean to be prying, but what is this for?
Ma'am?
Well, you know, we hate to have any of our boys withdraw a single dime unless they have a very good reason. You know what they say about a penny saved.
Yes, ma'am, I know, but this is important. I need it for a friend who's in real trouble.
I see. Well, that's very loyal. However, I do feel that it's my duty to tell you that you're going to lose a whole lot of interest.
Please, ma'am, I'm in a real big rush.
It's certainly your decision. 20, 40, 60, 70. Are you sure you wouldn't like to discuss this matter with Mr. Glick, our branch manager?
As the good book says, you are the salt of the earth. But if the salt loses its strength, how can it be made salt again?
Well, I see you're back again.
Yes, ma'am, and I know just what I want.
Well, good.
That lady's watch right there. The square one with the little diamonds in it.
Oh, yes, that's a lovely watch. You're going to make somebody very happy with this.
Well, I sure hope so. And here's your $70, ma'am. You don't even have to wrap it. I'll take it just like it is. And thank you, ma'am.
Or Luke, chapter 8. Nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
You're right, sir.
You do see the wisdom.
Oh, sure. It's as clear as a bell. Is that all, sir?
Yes, I think so. Well, I'm certainly glad we didn't have to get into the specifics of this little matter.
Oh, me too, sir.
Thank you for coming by, Sergeant.
Oh, well, it was all my pleasure, sir. And thank you for calling me. What was that all about?
Yes, Sergeant, may I help you?
Well, I'm not sure. Is Miss Johnson here?
No, I'm sorry. She went to lunch.
Oh. Well, she must have put it aside for me.
Put what aside?
A watch for a Sergeant Carter? That's me. I bought it this morning.
No, I don't think so. At least Miss Johnson didn't mention it to me.
But she called me. She distinctly said it was here. I left it on the counter.
I'm sorry. I know there's nothing in the back. Unless maybe it's in the case here.
No, never mind. Never mind. Just forget it. Forget it. I know she called me. I know she called me. It was the second time she called me. I brought the watch back here and I put it in a drawer. Then the major calls me, so I went over to the major's office.
What's that?
I came back here, and Miss Johnson called. She
Something
said...
wrong?
Huh? No, never mind. Just tell me where the aspirin.
In your top drawer, I think.
Okay, now leave me in peace. Just leave me in peace. What is this?
A watch.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm not just seeing things. It does have two little hands and goes tick-tock, tick-tock. How about feet? Maybe it has teeny little feet, too, so it can keep finding its way back from the PX.
Company B, Corporal Boyle. Oh, yes, ma'am. Just a second, please. It's Miss Johnson again over at the PX. 10 to 1 she's calling. I tell you that you called before by mistake. It was someone else's watch all the time.
I'd sure like to think so. This is Sergeant Carter speaking.
Oh, Sergeant, I'm so sorry about what happened.
Oh, yeah? Well, we all make mistakes.
Well, it was all my fault.
Oh, well, you don't have to apologize.
Well, you see, when I went to lunch, I forgot completely about putting your watch aside for you.
My watch?
Yes. I just found out that Mrs. Healy, she's our other sales clerk, sold it to someone else while I was gone. Well, you can't imagine how badly I felt when I came back and she told me that a Sergeant Carter was in asking about his watch.
My watch? She sold my watch to somebody else?
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sergeant. You just don't know how I feel, especially since there's no possible way of getting it back. Naturally, we'll return your deposit.
Miss Johnson, listen to me. Stay right where you are. I'll be right there.
Now what?
I'm going over to the PX and get this whole thing straightened out before somebody comes here and throws a net over. Not now, Pyle, not now.
Where's Sergeant Carter going in such a hurry?
To the PX.
The PX with the watch?
Yeah. What do you know about it?
Well, he don't have to. Sergeant Carter. Sergeant Carter?
Pyle, what do you want?
Well, Sergeant, I wasn't going to say anything, but now I guess I'm going to have to. You don't have to return that watch.
Huh?
I'm glad you was going to. Am I ever glad? But you don't have to return it now on account it's paid for.
What are you talking about?
It's paid for and my heart is light, and that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, no, it ain't. You're going to say a lot more, Pyle. A lot more.
Please don't make me say any more, Sergeant.
You won't have to. Maybe the lady can tell me. Ma'am, have you ever seen this guy before?
That's him. That's the one I sold the watch to.
I knew it. I knew it had to be something crazy. Why, Pyle? Why? Why did you come in here and buy this watch, huh?
Well, Sergeant, I really don't know how to say this.
Pyle!
Well, I knew how desperate you was, and I just didn't want to see you get into any trouble.
Huh?
That's right. I just couldn't stand idly by and watch you. I just couldn't stand idly by and watch you steal it.
What?
The watch, Sergeant. You didn't see me, but this morning, I saw you when you put it in your pocket. And, well, that's the reason that I took it out of your drawer, and I snuck it back on the counter like this.
Pyle. Pyle.
I know, Sergeant. I know what you're going to say. I had no right spying on you like that. But, well, I did it for your own sake. I really did. I knew you'd thank me for it later. You know, it's like it says in the good book. You are the salt of the earth. That's Matthew chapter 5.
Salt of the earth. The chaplain. You're the one that had the chaplain call me?
Well, I didn't have anybody else I could turn to, Sergeant. You're not angry with me, are you?
Pyle, you knucklehead. I didn't steal that watch. I bought it. You hear? I bought it.
You did? Well, glory be. Now my heart's lighter than ever. Why, Sergeant, I should have known that you never would have done anything like that. Ladies, I just can't tell you how happy I feel right this minute, because you know who just walked out that door? The salt of the earth. I don't know why I could ever think you would.
Where's the watch?
I'm really sorry, Sergeant. I should have known you never would take anything that didn't belong to you.
Pyle, from now on, do me a favor, will you? Don't do me any more favors.
I don't blame you for being mad.
I'm not mad. I'm just a little surprised at you. Would I ever steal anything, Pyle? Would I? Well, anyway, forget it. All I want to do right now is get this watch over to Bunny's before anything else happens.
You sure you got it now?
Oh, don't worry. I got it. There.
How did you get two watches?
I don't know. I must have picked this one up when I went back for Bunny's. I'd better get it back right away. Don't tell the chaplain. Whatever you do, don't tell the chaplain.
Want to see a menu?
No, ma'am. I know just what I want. Chocolate soda. Make that two. And that's with chocolate syrup and chocolate ice cream.
Right.
You know, I've been meaning to come to this place for the longest kind of time. I hear they got real good sodas.
Look quick.
What's the matter? Yeah, it's Bunny, Sergeant Carter's girl.
And she's not with Sergeant Carter.
Yeah, how about that? Shh.
Gee, I've really got to think it over. I'm just not sure.
Well, you can imagine I'd like to know as soon as possible.
Well, it's such an important decision. I mean, it's not the kind of thing a girl does too often.
Well, I'll tell you what. Take a day to think it over. I'll meet you tomorrow night, same time, same place, okay?
Okay.
Shh. Did you hear that, Duke? Did you hear it?
Yeah, looks like the sergeant's in for a little competition.
Poor Sergeant Carter. I wonder if he knows.
All right, you people, listen up and listen good. Corporal Boyle is going to take you physical recs through your daily dozen. And I don't want no dropouts. Is that clear? No dropouts. For once in your chubby little knock-kneed lives, you're going to do them exercises and do them right, or I'm going to know the reason why. Hey! What's the matter with you, Pyle? You got something to say?
Yes, I do, Sergeant. And it's this. There's just as good a fish in the sea as ever come out of it.
Or huh? All right, Pyle, what is it now?
There are all kinds of fellers in this world, Sergeant, but a good man is hard to find. You think about that for a while. It ought to make you feel real good.
Wait a minute. All right, now what's with you, Pyle? You've been looking at me all day.
How?
Yeah, like I got one foot in the grave or something.
Oh, no, Sergeant, it's not nearly that bad.
Look, Pyle, you got something to say it.
Okay, I will. Women are like buses. If one goes past, there'll be another along in a little while.
Pyle! Get in here on the double. All right now, Pyle. I want to know what this is all about, and right now.
Well...
Come on, this stupid nonsense has been going on long enough. Now let's hear it.
Well, I sure wished you wouldn't ask me, Sergeant.
I am asking you, Pyle. Let's have it.
Well, all right. But just remember one thing. The game's not over till the last man's out. And that other fella could be out, and you'd be back in just like that.
What other fella? What are you talking about?
I think I said too much already.
No, you haven't. Now, you start at the beginning and fast.
Well, Sergeant,
you talk.
Well, it was last night at Tony's.
You mean that joint over on 4th Street?
That's the place. They got the best chocolate sodas in town there. Whole lot better than the Bluebird Cafe. I think it's 'cause they use twice as much syrup. Well, I'll see you, Sergeant.
Pyle, what happened at Tony's?
Well, right after Duke and me sat down and ordered, I happened to look up and... And I saw Miss Bunny and this other feller sitting over in a corner all by themselves.
Bunny? With what fella?
It's a real nice looking feller. Kind of blonde hair, wavy, and had a real nice smile, lots of teeth. Well, I'll see you, Sergeant.
Hold it. Lots of teeth and what? And what?
Well, like I was saying, there they was sitting all scrunched up next to each other, talking real serious-like.
Yeah? About what? You happen to hear?
I did hear 'em plan to meet again tonight, same place, same time, and she said she'd give 'em her answer then.
An answer, huh?
I sure am sorry, Sergeant, that I had to be the one to tell you this.
Forget it.
You mean you're not upset?
Not at all.
Well, how come?
How come? Because Bunny and me don't have any secrets from each other. None whatsoever, in any shape, size, or form. You got that?
Right, Sergeant, if you say so.
All right, you get back to your duties and keep your nose where it belongs.
Right. And, Sergeant, I sure am sorry I was the one that had to tell you Miss Bunny was stepping out on you.
Out!
What do you make of it, Vince? You really think Pyle saw Bunny out with this guy?
Who cares? Either way, I'm not about to lose any sleep over it.
I gotta say, you don't seem very concerned about it.
Well, you know Pyle and that imagination of his, no telling what he saw.
Hey, isn't this where Pyle...
Yeah.
Well, what are we doing here?
Well, Pyle said they were coming back here again tonight, and I just want to give him the benefit of the doubt, that's all. You know, so I got all the facts when I settle his hash for good.
Well, shall we?
No, over here. Around this way. We don't want to sit on an order. Be a lot quicker this way.
What do you see, Vince?
Just like I thought. Looks like we wasted a lot of time.
No Romeo and Juliet, huh?
Didn't I tell you? I never believed it right from the beginning.
So I see.
Hey, that Pyle. You know what he is? A big-mouth old lady. Gomer the gossip. I'll tell you something else. When I get my hands on him...
Vince, come here.
Huh?
Look over there in the corner. Sure looks that way, doesn't it?
It's true, just like Pa said. Wavy hair, big smile, lots of teeth.
Looks like he's giving us something.
So he gave her a present. Big deal. Come on, let's get out of here.
Vince, don't you think you ought to go in there and find out what it's about?
What for?
Well, maybe there's a good explanation.
You mean walk in and just stand there while Bunny says, "I'm sorry, Vince. I've been so busy I didn't have time to write you a Dear John letter"? That would make a nice scene. I'd have so much egg on my face I wouldn't eat breakfast for a week.
Okay, so don't go in. Play it your own way.
Yeah, that's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play it my own way. What Bunny don't know is that two can play at this game. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys after chow 1300. Head!
Hey, Sarge, telephone.
Yeah, who is it?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Oh, it is it? Well, what do you know about that? And I know just what she wants. Hello? Oh, hi, Bunny. How are you?
Listen, Vince, I'm sorry I had to break our date last night, but...
Oh, that's all right, Bunny. No problem. What did you have to do, anyway?
Oh, you know, same old thing. My boss wanted me to stay in, work overtime again.
Had to work, huh? Oh, well, I guess you got no complaints. I mean, from what you tell me, he's a real jewel of a guy. You know, with all them little fringe benefits, huh?
I knew you'd understand, Vince. But listen, I can make it tonight for sure, if you're free.
Oh, what a shame. Wouldn't you know, I gotta work tonight.
Oh, that is a shame.
Yeah?
Well, I haven't seen you in a little while, and we got things to talk about, and...
Yeah. Well, maybe another night, huh? Sure thing, Bunny. We'll be talking. Sure. Real soon. Bye. Sure we will.
What's this about having to work tonight?
Yeah. I got a real big job lined up. A real big job. By the name of Shirley Sokolic.
Hey, you really are playing the game, aren't you?
You bet you're sweet. Hey, is that you, Shirley? Vince Carter. Yeah. Hiya, babe. How are things in the bakery? I'll bet you're just rolling in dough, right? Can you talk? Good. I just want to know if you still remember our little date for tonight. Oh, good. Huh? Yeah, well, you're real cute, too. I'll say. Right down to the dimples. Okay, doll. Just leave everything to old Vince. Kiss.
I don't get it.
What don't you get?
If Bunny calls to tell you that she's free, what are you making another date for?
Do you know what Bunny called for? Do you have any idea why she wants this date tonight? It's kiss-off time. She wants to tell me how sorry she is, but... Well, I'm not letting her have the satisfaction. No, sir.
You sure, huh?
Yeah, I'm sure. And you know what else I'm sure of? There are a lot of good fish in the sea. And a good man is hard to find. And something else. Revenge is sweet. And with a little help from Pyle, it's going to be sweeter and sweeter. Hey, Pyle. Wait a minute. Wait up. Hey, Pyle, could you do me a favor?
Well, sure, Sergeant. Be glad to.
You got anything on tonight?
No, I was just going into town and returning some library books.
Good. I'll tell you why, Pyle. I just got a call from Bunny.
You got a call? You got a call? Well, hallelujah.
Anyway, she's free tonight.
I just knew it, Sergeant. I just knew it. It was a matter of time, Sergeant. Just a matter of time.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled, Sergeant. I am thrilled.
Yeah, well, so am I. But the only trouble is I've got a problem. Bunny's free tonight, but I'm not. I got to stay and work.
Oh, that's a shame, Sergeant.
Yeah, it just breaks my heart to think of Bunny sitting at home alone all night.
I don't know what you mean.
Which is where you come in, Pyle. That is, if you're willing to lend me a helping hand.
Oh, anything, Sergeant, anything at all. You just name it.
Good. I knew I could depend on you. Now, here's $10. I want you to take Bunny out tonight and show her the time she deserves, okay?
Well, it'd be an honor, Sergeant. It'd be an honor looking after Miss Bunny for a person as unselfish as you are.
Thanks, Pyle. And don't spare the horses. Treat her like a queen. Hey, what's today? Wednesday? That means broiled lamb chops. Perfect.
Beg your pardon?
The Blue Plate special at the Bluebird Cafe. It's broiled lamb chops, and Bunny's just crazy about them. Especially the way the Bluebird fixes them up in them cute little pants.
That's right, they do. Blue for men and pink for the ladies.
Oh, by the way, I'm so far behind schedule, you better call Bunny and set it up yourself. Say around 8 o'clock? That way she'll have plenty of time to get ready.
Well, sure, Sergeant. I'll be glad to.
Thanks, Pyle. You're a real buddy, you know that?
Don't you worry, Sergeant. I'll take real good care of Miss Bunny for you. You can count on me.
Yeah. Well, so long, Pyle, and have a good time, huh? Don't forget, broiled lamb chops at the Bluebird.
And, Sergeant?
Yeah?
You can bet we'll both be thinking about you tonight, 'cause it ain't easy to forget somebody that's 9 feet tall like you are.
Yeah.
I still say this wasn't necessary, Gomer. I had sewing to do and a lot of ironing and...
I know, Miss Bunny, but Sergeant Carter just didn't think it was fair for you to have to stay home alone just 'cause he was busy.
Ah, that's Vince for you, the big teddy bear.
I sure am glad you feel that way. Oh, this for you.
Gosh, Vince, it's really been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, too long. What I want to know is if you're still as ticklish as you used to be.
Don't even talk about it.
You mean like this? You should know, baby, now. You should know.
Hey, Sergeant.
What do you want, Pyle?
Sergeant, you remember you said you had to work tonight?
That's right, so?
So, I took Miss Bunny to the Bluebird Cafe like you suggested. The only trouble was that we saw you there. Miss Bunny and I saw you there with a lady friend.
Okay, Pyle, okay, I'll level with you. If anybody's entitled to the facts, you are.
Huh?
Pyle, you saw me there with another dame tonight, all right? On purpose. You want to know why?
Yes, sir, if you want to tell me.
Because you were right about Bunny and that wavy-haired, pearly-toothed friend of hers. I saw them meeting last night at Tony's, just like you said they'd be. And you want to know what else I saw? I saw him giving her some kind of jewel box, the kind that rings come in.
And she took it?
You bet your sweet life she took it. And I wasn't just seeing things either. You can check with Boyle. He was with me.
Well, why in the world would she do a thing like that?
I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. I ain't about to be nobody's patsy.
I just don't understand it, Sergeant. I just don't understand it.
Believe me, Pyle, I had to do it to show her she ain't the only mackerel in the sea. You understand, don't you?
Yes, sir. It's just that I feel so bad for both of you.
Yeah, well, that's life, I guess. You think you got no secrets to somebody and whammo. Well, I'll tell you something. No one dame's gonna make me walk the gangplank. What do they say? C'est la vie? It means don't bother holding your breath, just live it up. And that's what I'm gonna do from here on in, just live it up. Let's face it, Pyle, the bushes are full of bunnies.
Well, I guess I better go, Sergeant. And good luck to you with your c'est la vie. I sure am sorry we saw that picture show, Duke. It reminded me so much of Sergeant Carter and Miss Bunny, especially the part where that trapper got that Dear John letter right out of the blue.
Come on, Gomer, will you knock it off about the sergeant? You want to spoil my appetite?
For shame, Duke. You know you don't mean that.
You're right. Right now, nothing could spoil my appetite.
Duke, it's just like it was last time. Did you see that, Duke? Did you see that?
Yeah, so?
Hey, where you going? I've got to find Sergeant Carter and I haven't got a minute to lose. I know he's around here somewheres. I think I know where. Well, there's for the water I drank.
I'll tell you something else. I've been in too many tight spots to let one dame wrap me up. You gotta play it so that they never get the feeling they own you. Because once they think they own you, you're dead. Right, Johnny?
You want another beer?
You look like a guy with some understanding. What do you think? Are they trouble or are they trouble?
Sergeant? Sergeant Carter.
Huh?
Wait till you hear. Just wait till you hear.
Huh? Wait till I hear what?
I just saw Miss Bunny.
So you saw Bunny. Big deal. What do you want, a medal?
But you don't understand, Sergeant. She was with that other fella.
Oh, swell. That's just swell, Pyle. It's not enough that the wound is still open. You gotta come around and rub salt in it.
But that's not the best part, Sergeant. The ring you saw, well, Miss Bunny was giving it back to him.
Huh?
It's true. Duke and me went into Tony's a while ago, and there was Miss Bunny giving it back to him.
Really? Oh, well, that's nice.
And she was as sad as could be, Sergeant, just as sad as could be.
How about that?
I just knew it'd work out. I just knew it.
Yeah, well, it figured, didn't it?
Well, Sergeant, are you just gonna sit there?
Why not? If Bunny wants to call me, she knows my number at the duty hut. If she wants back in, let her come to me.
No, Sergeant, no.
Ah, come on, Pyle. You gotta admit she's got a lot of explaining to do. A lot of explaining.
That's not the way, Sergeant. That's not the way at all. The human thing to do would be to make up with Miss Bunny right now while she's feeling low.
Really? Well, I felt pretty low myself once upon a time, remember? Oh, you should have seen me.
But, Sergeant, you could show what a big person you are if you'd go to Miss Bunny right now while she probably needs you. You know what they say, to err is human, and I just know that you're the kind that'll forgive.
Yeah, maybe you got a point. Now that she's learned her lesson, no use turning the knife. There's one thing about me, I'm no sadist. So long, Charlie. It looks like the worm has turned. You see? It all works out in the wash, don't it? How about dames, I mean? You just can't figure them, right?
I just know she's home, Sergeant. One look at her face and you could tell she was gonna rush right home.
Oh, okay, Pyle. You set it up, but I'll stay out of sight until just the right moment. You know, really give her a kick, huh?
Right, Sergeant. She's home, all right.
Gomer.
Hey, Miss Bunny.
Gomer, what are you doing here?
I've got good news for you, Miss Bunny. I just saw Sergeant Carter, and guess what? He's willing to forgive and forget.
He's willing to forgive and forget. Is that what you said?
That's right. You see, I saw what happened at Tony's tonight, and when I told Sergeant Carter that you'd busted up with that fella you sweet on...
What fella?
See, there's just like I told Sergeant Carter. He's plumb out of your mind already, hardly more than an hour after you give his ring back to him.
Ring? You mean you...
Sergeant Carter knew all about it. He saw you accepting it through the window of the restaurant the other night. That's the reason he went out with that Miss Shirley. But that's all over now.
Oh, so that's it, huh? And you say your dear, sweet, understanding sergeant is ready to forgive and forget. Well, that's just peachy. But you can go back and tell him I'm not the slightest bit interested, not the slightest bit.
Ma'am?
Gomer, do you know who that man was you two have been seeing me with? Do you? That was Herman Hadler of Hadler Jewelers. He was nice enough to meet me at night because I couldn't get off from work. And do you know why? Because I wanted to get Vince something nice for his birthday instead of the usual aftershave cologne. Something real nice, like a $75 star sapphire ring. Oh, but I couldn't give it back to Mr. Hadler fast enough after what your sweet sergeant did to me. So you can just tell him for me I don't want to see him today, tomorrow, or forever. Now, goodbye.
Pyle, did anybody ever tell you you got a big mouth? Are you sure, Pyle? You sure Bunny said you'd be here?
On your birthday, Sergeant? Why, Miss Bunny wouldn't miss that for the world.
Well, yeah, I know, but considering what happened, you know, the way she hit the ceiling.
Believe me, Sergeant, you don't have a thing to worry about. When I took the liberty to call Miss Bunny and invite her down here, I told her the whole story. I told her how everything was my fault from the beginning. Every single thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's only fair now that you mention it.
So mark my words, Sergeant, Miss Bunny will be here. Golly, just look for yourself, Sergeant. Just look for yourself.
Ah, you made it, baby. Honest to gosh, made it.
Well, you knew I couldn't stay away. Not after Gomer called and explained, right, Gomer?
Yes, ma'am. Weren't you going to sit down or nothing?
Yeah, why don't we all sit down, huh?
Happy birthday, Vince.
Oh, Bunny, you shouldn't have. Considering the jerk I made out of myself.
So I should have my head examined. Go on, take it.
Well, give me a little hint first, huh?
No.
Oh, come on, just one. Like, is it bigger or smaller than my pinky?
Happy birthday, Vince.
I got you something too, Sergeant.
Oh. Shaving cologne.
I got the very same thing. If I'd known you was gonna get that, we could have gone in together and gotten him a half-gallon size. That's right.